Hi. Hello? See if this works. Oh, that's fun. Okay. My chat app isn't working. Maybe do I need to open it over here? Let's see. What's going on. What's happening? Woo. Okay. Is it working? Okay. Now it seems to be working. This is interesting. I'll have to figure something out about that. Hello. Happy Tuesday. Ooh. It was right in front of me. I was like, ooh, what day is it? I need a calendar. My calendar's on the way though. Last year, The Sims gave me a calendar. Ooh, what happened? Oh my gosh. Wait, what? 5 months. Oh my gosh, thanks for the 5 months. Wow. I appreciate you. I gotta show y'all what my... I paused my my YouTube stream on me like this. And I look crazy. All right, let me start this virtual camera. I also want to try to stream to YouTube Shorts again today. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it'll work. If it doesn't, I'm not pressed. Because we're experimenting. I also am going to bring on the TikTok folks, I guess. We're going to be doing Sims 4, maybe? Okay. All right. Thanks for being patient, y'all. You know how it is sometimes. Larry Glasses, thank you. I know it's been so long since I've worn these. I was like, oh, let's take it back. Take it way back. Okay, so this isn't working. If it's not, like I said, if it's not gonna work, I'm not pressed about it. Is it confused? Okay. I don't have time for this. We're just going to unlist this and I will investigate this later. I'm gonna turn this off. Is my stream horizontal? I guess I can check. Hold on. YouTube. I think it is, actually. I don't know why it didn't work then. I don't think I like this song as much as I want to. It sounds like okay. Yeah, it's doing what it's supposed to do. Okay, whatever. Hi, hello, happy Tuesday. Ooh, round 2. You know, you think I would have had it ready the second time, and yet I still was just a little confused. It's good to see everyone. Let me say. Get rid of all these so my computer isn't confused. It's update day. Update. All right, who's here? Also, why is this being weird? Sorry, y'all. Sorry. Anyway, hi Kim. Hi, Uncha, L'extreme, Tawny, Snuggle, Nick. Hello. Taylor, Jersey. Your hair is that goyle. Thank you. Thank you, nice bro. Thank you. Yeah, she was I'm like, you look cute today, you know. Honestly, I feel like my hair does whatever it wants, whenever it wants, and I'm just here. I'm just like along for the ride. You know, that is, you know, hair. You said you're glad that the brand collab stuff was freebies. Absolutely. Absolutely. You mean as opposed to like charging you a little bit more for it like they did with the SpongeBob kit? Interesting. Anyway, yeah, I guess we'll take a look at that, and I'm gonna look at the update really quickly, you know, see what's up. Who put a 1 in the chat if you updated your game? I want to see. And put a 2 in the chat if you have not. You said you got to see which one of your mods are broken now. So that's another thing I was confused by. So I was taking some time trying to update the game, and I can't tell if any updates have been released or anything. So we're gonna see, because if I can't get into, because it's also that moment where I don't typically update on the first day because of streaming, because it usually comes out when I'm about to stream. But I was like, let me update right now. I can try to capture my process of updating for a video. And I just, once it got to the part of updating mods, it doesn't seem like any of my mods need updating. You said only 1 has been reported broken so far. So then there you go. So then it's like, I'm like looking, I'm like, well, according to my process, none of my mods actually need to be updated. So it should work. That being said, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, most of the major mod makers have said their mods are clear already. Yeah, like I saw MC Command Center was like, oh yeah, you said you're not home yet? Okay, cool. Avatar, you haven't done it yet. But you're clearly nervous about it. Wow, I can't believe so many of you guys have already updated. I am surprised. You know who probably hasn't? Roger. Don't tell him I was talking about him. Roger, stay updating some mods, child. So who knows whenever Roger will be able to play again, now that there's actually an update. Hey, Spider. Yeah, so obviously I'm just getting started. Oh, actually no, I should be able to see if anybody from TikTok, if you're watching me on TikTok, can you just put something in chat? Oh, well now I'm annoyed because I didn't see any of these comments. Bonnie, hi. Hi, welcome. Ebony, hi, welcome. Damn you, chat combining mod. I didn't see. Let me see if it's something I need to do. Settings. No, it's just being stupid. Well, I will say it says beta for TikTok. All right, that's fine. Everybody else is good. Anyway, hi. How are you? Durable said the next update is going to be a big one. Next after this one, in preparation for the expansion pack, probably, right? Right. E's already sent him the files so he can start working on MCC now. Good God, that is spooky. Oh, prepare, y'all. Prepare to have the chorus of the game broke my mods. The game broke my mods. The game broke my mods. And then for me to come back and be like, the game didn't break your mods. This happens every time. You got to make sure that the mods are compatible with the game version that we're on. And if the game is updated, then the mods have to go back and be updated too. Nothing broke. This is how it works for literally every game. Do you play other games? You probably don't play other games with mods because this happens for every game, just so we are clear. Yeah. He said you love the new update, so cute. Okay, I gotta check it out, Leah. I'm glad you said mods are good. I'm gonna add all yours back now. Ebony, Now hold on. Okay, double check your mods. Apparently most of the major ones, I guess, are good, but I don't know. I don't play with all the mods. So don't you add your mods back in the game and then come back to me talking about the mods are broken. Okay, you gotta double check. Don't put that on me. I am not gonna carry that responsibility, damn it. You said from what he's seen so far, almost everything is going to break. Oh, this is about, oh my God. You said, you right, sis, you right. I'm just saying, because this is how it starts. How it starts is, a couple comments here, they're like, oh, this update is fine. And that's the worst part. The worst part is, y'all, because this update is fine, and we know that the next one is about to be garbage, all of the Sim streets are gonna just be up in an uproar. In an uproar, actually. They're gonna be like, this is why we're leaving the game, because EA doesn't even know how to manage their games. They're breaking every time. Meanwhile, there's new content coming out, so the game is fundamentally going to change. So then everybody has to match up to it. But how many times can I say it before my hair starts falling out? You know what I mean? Hi Nico. How are you? Thank you for joining today. How have you been? I'm doing well, Bonnie. You haven't updated yet, but I heard Tool was broken. Damn it! That's the one that I didn't take out. Okay. I didn't take out anything. Also, I am just as bad as everybody else. I literally was like, we're gonna add all these back, and just as a quick little glance, I don't think any of these need updating, so we're just gonna wing it. And sometimes, depending on how this goes, I'm like, maybe I get in the game, maybe I don't, so I have a little bit of a buffer. But we're gonna see. We're all gonna find out together if anything of my folder is broken. And y'all know I don't have a lot of stuff in my folder anyway. So, if someone of mine is broken, it's about to be a problem. Also, thanks for all the likes, y'all. You said, good to be back. You being animated as hell when you talk. What, the singing? You mean the singing? Not everybody does that? More African-American representation. You said you feel like they will never be happy. I don't know. I love The Sims. I just wish we had more Black content, more Black hair, African-American hair representation, etc. Yeah. And rumor on the street is this is the last one. Where's Eric? Okay, so there's somebody in my chat / Discord who always seems to have like the tea, and I'm not sure how they get it, but so the rumors on the street is that this was going to be one of the last, if not the last pack. Mind you, I thought that they were saying that about Adventure Awaits. I specifically remember people saying that after Adventure Awaits, it would be a curtain call for the content. Boom, new expansion pack announced. So like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we talking about? We'll cite your sources, cite them. I need a Twitter link, and I don't want it to say www.x.com. I'm gonna take that as fake news. I want it to say www.twitter.com/ this is my info. No one's complained about Tool being broken on Twist Mexy's Discord. Okay, well, maybe it hasn't gotten there yet. Sometimes people just be updating and then doing sometimes you don't know something's weird until you start to go and do it, which is also the problem with the game at this point, which is why they put out that article. What was it, like a month or so ago, when they were like, hey y'all, we do our best, but there's just so many combinations of what could be done in this game. We can't catch it all. And so then people are like, you're not being thorough enough. When in actuality, I'm like, this game is, as many complaints as there are about the amount of content for The Sims 4, to then turn around and say that they are not testing enough. I'm like, you guys are trying to have it both ways here. Is it too much content, or is it not so much content that it should be able to be tested in every combination by the dev team? Which one? So, and I'm only saying that because it stands to reason that with as much or as little testing as they do or do not do, there is still a high probability that us as players are going to run into something that they would just never run into, because they don't play like we play, or they don't think to put these things together. I don't know. And some things I think they just have been bugs for a minute, and it just is what it is until we all, rally behind him. We're like, hey, fix it. Okay, now my TikTok comments are coming in the little chat. So far, Lupinu, J-Sims, That's So Jordy are clear. You got some decor CC, mostly rugs. Rugs? Oh, what rugs bugs you got? You shared it in the Discord? And I was like, I do love playing The Sims. Hashtag cozy. Eric always has a tea, indeed. Folks don't know nothing. Ty Jacor's clear also. What is that? What mod is that? I'm also hearing them talking about a royalty expansion pack, which no Sage, I don't want that. Yeah, that's Avatar. That is the big ol' that was shared. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. I don't know how much of it I'm going to talk about today also. How many times can I say also? You know? Some people just got hate in their hearts for The Sims, Tawny. That's so funny. I agree. Sometimes people are too hard on the Sims team and modders. Even blame EA for mod issues. Right. For me, blaming EA for mod issues is when I'm like, you're not a serious person. You know what I mean? And respectfully, you don't know what you're talking about. And I get the frustration when you want to just play your game and you want things to work. But, you know, it's also interesting too, because, you know, I've been playing just a little bit of Project Zomboid, as y'all have seen, and there's all kinds of mods for Project Zomboid, all kinds of mods. And like, some of them just don't work right now with the build 42 multiplayer, which, like I said, I'm just taking build 42, that language, to mean version 42. I'm very new to just even understanding Project Zomboid as a game. So they keep talking about build 41 versus build 42. I don't know entirely what that means. I'm just going to say that it's version 41 versus version 42. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. Anyway, there's a lot of mods that people were playing on build 41 that aren't working for build 42 multiplayer. And build 42 was out for a little bit, but then build 42 multiplayer was not out. So if you wanted to play multiplayer, you had to do it on build 41 until the build 42 multiplayer version came out. Okay, build 42 multiplayer came out, which is what the version that I've been playing on. But after it came out, all of the people who have mods for build 41 had to make sure they were updated for build 42. And I am not like super deep into the Project Zomboid community, okay? Not deep into it at all. In fact, my only gateway is literally Hip Hip Renee, okay? So if Hip Hip Renee is upset about something, that's the only way I'm gonna know that something is even wrong, you know? But that being said, she didn't seem too pissed about the fact that things weren't working on build 42. Now, is it because it's an indie studio that's working hard to make a really, really good game before it even comes out full access? Sure, maybe. Maybe that has something to do with it. And maybe because people feel like EA is a greedy old, stinky old corporation that don't do nothing good for the players, they don't have as much patience. Sure, I can see that. I can see that as well. That being said, the logic still applies. Whatever version we're on, the mods that are compatible with that version will not work when we update versions, you know? And I don't know how many different ways I can say that. Anyway, you always assume the dumbest Sims 4 haters are teens with internet access that just don't know how the game development works. Yeah. Hey, Pink Candy. I would agree with something along those lines. I think that it's also interesting because, like, sometimes I think about myself between the ages of like 13 and 19, and I was pretty steadfast and a lot of things that I just knew were true. And if something didn't make sense to me, I was pretty sure it didn't make sense at all, and I let everybody know about it. You know, can you imagine that? Can you imagine like little me being like, that's stupid? Only come to find out I just didn't understand what I was talking about. That's never an option. It's never an option for the people who are like, that's dumb. It's never an option that you're like, no, you just don't know what's going on. And that's okay. You could learn yourself something. But instead, you're going to be like, if it doesn't make sense to me, it doesn't make sense at all. Okay. Gotta run, going to dinner for your mom's birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. You said, actually, I can't picture it. And moving on. You're like, actually, come to think about it, that does actually make sense for you. The Sims community is just committed to being haters, most of them at least. I think that the loudest of them, we talked about this before, I genuinely believe that most people who play this game are not that like involved in just any of the online conversation, any of the lore, any of it. They're just like, oh, more stuff, great. Or like, oh man, this isn't working. please fix it. I think that's how most people are. But there's a very small percentage of people who are like, this is the worst game ever. Sims 4 sucks. Sims 3 is better. It's like, you do know you can play that game right now, right? I actually don't ever have to hear anything about how much you hate Sims 4 at all. Right now, even. Just go play it. Anyway, now I'm bringing up old shit. All right, let's look at this update. Let's look at what we got. We did look at the laundry list. So we do have an idea of what's going on. Let's see. Will this work? Hell yeah, baby. Okay, so this is right? Yeah. All right, so this is the update for January 13th. A big old bag of presents. Let's see what we got in here. They say, we hope that you had a very cheery holiday. While Father Winter might be settling in back home, we're back from break to bring you a big old bag of presents, overflowing with some free coach assets and a bunch of bug fixes. The following fixes are part of our continued commitment to regularly fix top voted community issues. They're reminding you that if you want something fixed, go upvote it. That's the track that they said that they're on anyway. Oh, now my live visibility being restricted. Hold on. This is like typical. Okay. Anyway. Hope you're doing well too, Karis. I'm about to see this update for yourself. All right, bet. Okay, so they're shipping improvements to 5 of the top voted community concerns, including the notorious gallery upload error. And then they are finalizing some other fixes. Okay, so what they gave us for free today, apparently they had a coach collab cooking. It says the coach collection featuring 9 new items drops for free in The Sims 4. Give your Sims the style upgrade you didn't see coming. Now, this, quick tangent. Was this written by ChatGPT? Was this written by ChatGPT? Quick tangent, quick Vanessa tangent, quick V Street tangent, if you will. Sometimes I don't have to lie to y'all, okay? I like to watch Smosh Reads Reddit stories, all right? And sometimes I put that on like a comfort show. And it's bad. It's so bad that now I'm even getting into like replay territory where I'm like, oh, I've already seen this one, but I don't remember how it goes. Bad. Anyway, one of the things that comes up with Reddit stories, I guess, is sometimes people will make up stories to try to get clout on Reddit, more or less. And one of the stories that was read, basically, the guy who reads the stories was like, there's a chance that this was written by AI because of the phrase, like, you didn't see coming is a very, like, AI ChatGPT phrase. And so now I'm sitting here like, oh, maybe they use ChatGPT to help them come up with this copy, you know? I don't know, but give your Sims the style upgrade you didn't see coming. Like, no, I didn't see it coming because this is a free update that you guys didn't announce ahead of time. Anyway, expect bold statement pieces, wearable staples, and iconic decor with that signature coach polish, bringing everyday luxury to create a sim in build mode. Learn more in the Sims newsroom. So we will check that out in a second. So they have a quick little screenshot of the things that we're getting. So bug fixes, they said that they addressed the server error while uploading to the gallery / library, that this primarily happened on console, but sometimes it would happen on PC, and that they have updated the message from server error to something that says timeout during upload. Please check the internet connection and try again in a minute. Basically trying to make it more clear, like, what to do next. Okay. And they basically said that this didn't happen by accident. Like, there was a reason why this would happen. So they just try to make that message a little bit more clear. Then they fixed an issue for, what is it? Like infants, toddlers, whatever, about seeing clothes underneath the mosaic when they were supposed to be, under their privacy mosaic, when it was supposed to be like they're naked or whatever. Then we fixed a notable instance of Sims standing around and not caring for their infants. Okay. While holding infants, Sims were playing an idle animation that delayed responsiveness. The idle was removed. We hope to further address additional infant issues in future updates. So more, I guess, is coming on that. They fixed an issue with portraits and graduation photos, but it does not retroactively fix. So it only fixes going forward. If you have blank photos for portraits and graduation photos in saves already, like they're just gone, is what they said. And then they said household small business employees will no longer receive a Miss Work School UI pop-up when opening a small business while the sim is at the work school rabbit hole. Okay. Then they're continuing to work on save corruption. They say we fixed an issue where OpenStreet objects were being shelved and never removed when traveling to an apartment building. What does this mean? Let me look at what this means, because I actually don't even understand what this is saying. Objects cluttering worlds, collectibles disappearing. Objects in the world start to clutter the world. Is my face covering this? It is. Let me switch my face. Objects in the world start to clutter the world. These are items such as bikes, collectibles, plants, food, and drinks. They can't be deleted as they're outside of the lot and even spawn on top of each other. When loading into our rental lots, I guess residential rental lots, collectibles or objects left behind disappear. These objects are left behind by NPCs or active sims while actively playing either of these lot types: apartments, penthouses, residential rentals, dorms. What happens is that consumable objects, gardening, fruits, and collectibles get added to the shared space of the effective lots instead of staying in the streets. This prevents the game from cleaning them up, and they stay, although they sometimes only become visible if you switch back and forth between lots. I think I have seen that. And so it says there's no solution other than cleaning the neighborhoods up with either mods that give you solution or give you options to delete objects, or using Sims 4 Studio, apparently. But according to this, they fixed it. Okay, I guess these are the moments where I'm like, can I read? Because I'm like, okay, you fixed it? Is it done? That's it? There was all this explanation here. It's okay, I guess, yeah, it just says fixed. It also says that this was at least created a year ago, so who knows how long this has been going on. Okay, anyway. Fix the case of save corruption, where the player could become stuck in an endless load or be returned to managed worlds after setting a custom venue schedule to include a romantic orientation role criteria. So this one's interesting because I don't know if this has actually fixed the issue that I have had since Adventure Awaits came out, which is that you cannot set romantic orientation role criteria for your custom venues or getaways. Like, it just doesn't work. So I don't know if by addressing this from like the save corruption point of view, that now if I go in and I create a custom venue and select romantic orientation as one of the things, if it'll work. If it works now, it's because of the update. But if it still doesn't work, they still have not addressed what my problem was since this pack has been out. So we'll see. Ooh, you're trying to build a clothing store with the new Coach stuff. That's fun. You're wondering if they're going to start using the Sims to promote certain brands? What do you mean by that, Kalara? Okay, so then they start talking about photos and paintings again. We knew that memorial portraits and graduation photos no longer displaying a Sim's image was a top concern. We wanted to address as many bugs in that category as we could. So they fixed several. So they fixed painting by reference paintings. Those should no longer turn white after they've been put in the Sims inventory. It says photos captured with the phone/camera will no longer turn black once they've been mounted on the wall. And this fix is not retroactive, unfortunately. So I do have a save where that happened. And so I think I've lost those forever. Photos captured with phone and camera will no longer turn black once they've been put in the Sims inventory, placed in storage in chests, and the game is relaunched. Again, this fix is not retroactive. meaning if it's already happened in your save, you are screwed. You can't get those pictures back. They're basically saying it shouldn't happen moving forward. Create a copy interaction on a painting no longer will result in a blank white canvas. Celebrity autographs will no longer appear blank after they've been hung up on the wall. And then they re-mentioned the memorial portraits and stuff. Okay. But yeah, all this photo stuff is basically moving forward. You're screwed for moving backward. We fixed 4 instances where cast items are being hidden from players, so you'll now have them available for your enjoyment. Please note that in today's update, hairs in the Afro textured cast category were renamed to curly. This is a temporary change. Our next update in early February will have both curly and Afro textured hairstyle tags to make finding the right look easier than ever. Pause! Listen, oh my God, what's wrong with me? Why do I always get my hopes up with this game? Why do I always get my hopes up with this game? Oh my God, let me tell you something. Is this not suspicious? Everyone put on your tinfoil conspiracy hats for a moment. They said, I'm gonna say this again. In today's update, hairs in the Afro textured cast category were renamed to curly. This is a temporary change. Our next update in early February will have both curly and Afro textured hairstyle tags to make finding the right look easier than ever, which means to me, we have a February associated Afro textured hair update. It's giving, oh my God, dare I dream? It's giving that maybe there's gonna be some new Afro textured hairs added for free to the game. Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to dream? Dare I dream in this game yet again? It's too many clues. They just kind of, because we didn't have curly, right? Curly was not a category at all. It wasn't a category. So now they're saying, okay, fine. This category now has been renamed curly. And then come Black History Month in the United States, where this game is based, we're going to add an Afro textured hairstyle or hairstyle category yet again, where it'll be easier to find all these, what I'm reading between the lines, new black hairstyles. Am I crazy? Am I Delulu? Maybe a Lulu, but not too much. Yeah. Hey everyone, just stopping by. Hi Anna. Your sleep schedule has transformed you into an old lady. Ayana, I'm telling you, one day I'm gonna be on your type of time. I'm gonna get to sleep early, 10 o'clock in bed, wake up, stream. That's gonna be my full-time content creator schedule. I'm gonna be streaming from like 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, getting off, and I can relax the day away from there. Okay, but today this is my schedule. I go to work all day and then I have to stream at night. That's all I got. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. The new pack has an African-based neighborhood, so I don't think you're being delusional at all. Allegedly, hearsay alert, but allegedly. I'm just saying, hopefully we get more new curly / Afro hairstyles next month. And Bonnie, I'm going to take it a step further and say, no longer will we have curly / Afro textured hairstyles in The Sims 4. No longer will you have to go into the Afro textured hairstyle section looking for Afro textured hairstyles and see what are arguably just straight hairs curled. I think starting in February 2026, if I can only dream, we will finally get truly an Afro textured hairstyle section that does not include regular old hair super curly. It'll just be this. Look at me. Picture this. Free base game update in The Sims. Could it be coming February 2026? Who knows? Okay, not I don't know, but they know. I'm excited, y'all. Ooh, here's what I love about being a simmer and a Sims content creator is no matter how many times the game has let me down, I am gonna have faith. I am gonna have faith. I'm like, oh, they're gonna get it right this time. And I would say 6 times out of 10, they do figure it out. Them four times out of 10 though, it is a little rough. It is a little bit sad. It is a little like, oh, yikes. We still don't have cars. I'm scared if this is really the last pack if the rumors in the street are true, we will never have gotten cars in this game. And then look at me. You know what I mean? We got to manifest it. I'm saying. You said if I see an American Eagle content get added, I'm uninstalling. Okay, Kalaris, let's not doom and gloom. That'd be amazing. I spend most of my time looking for CC hair and other realistic features. I'd be jealous of Vanessa hair. It's so big and poofy. Oh my God, Jeff, thank you. Can I tell you what happened real quick? Let me pause this recording. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you how I really got here. So you remember how last week I blowed it out and I was like, oh, look at my hair. Look at my Diana Ross moment that I'm doing right now. And like slowly it started to like, you know, it's reverting back, right? I thought I would be a freaking genius on, what was it, Saturday before I streamed? I was like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do like a big blowout curl situation. So and again, I'm going to tell you this sequence and you're going to be like, well, that was stupid. But I just want you to know, I thought I was a genius. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take my big hair, blown out, whatever. I'm going to curl it. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to put my hair in rollers underneath my hooded dryer attachment that I have with my hair dryer, right? But the only way that that's really going to work is if I spray my hair, you know, with water, the ingredient that makes it revert back. I'm going to spray my hair with water, wrap it in some rollers, tie it on my head, and give myself approximately 30 minutes to let all of this hair dry before I had to stream. Now, you tell me, just hearing that plan, if you thought that made sense. If you're familiar with afro-textured hair, natural afro-textured hair at all, you tell me if you think that plan made sense. Because at the time, I cannot understate. I thought I was a motherfucking genius. I was like, this is the smartest idea I've had in a long time. And Bonnie, Ovi. And so then when it was about time to stream, maybe like 20, 30 minutes right before stream, right? Like maybe like 15-ish, right? I was like, well, let me see if my hair is dry. It probably is. You know, I've given it enough time. And I go and I kind of unravel one. And when I tell you that shit was damp, I was like, God. Yeah, if I had like another hour, if I give myself like 2 hours, maybe the plan could have worked. But instead, I had to take down my curly hair idea when it was just damp. My hair was damp. I was like, okay, so that didn't work. And now my blowout is starting to go back to where it naturally wants to go now that I've added all this water. Ayana says, now B. Tani says, 30 minutes, girl, please. I was with you until you said water. I'm only laughing because now that was you being delusional. Yeah, like it's only funny because I like to exaggerate for comedy, you know, whatever. I am so serious. I seriously thought that was going to be a good idea, and I seriously thought it would work. And it was not until I was taking my hair down that I was like, that was probably some of the dumbest shit I've done in a while. And there's not any real consequence. Like my hair is still cute, whatever. It's not even like a big deal, but it was just that moment where I felt particularly stupid for having felt like a particular like genius. I was like, oh my girl, or you might just be a hairdresser. No, you might just be confused. That's what you just might be, you know? So anyway, you said yes, rollers and dryer. Then came the water. I'm telling you. And I thought I was doing something too because I put some mousse. I'm going to try it again, y'all. I'm going to try it again, but I need to give myself, I don't know, hours to let it do its thing. And I think I need to like look up some better rolling techniques. And for all I know, I didn't even have the right rollers for that because the other thing about rollers I'm realizing now is like, I didn't have the ones that had like airflow through it. I have the ones that you wear when you're like going to sleep. So there's so many parts of that process that, you know, sitting here now in hindsight with hair that is distinctly not in a, you know, blowout curl moment, I'm like, yeah, that was never made sense. You hate when your hair dries and you lose your style because your hair dries out so quickly and gets back to getting all nappy. And that's the other thing. I guess I have a lot of my understanding of like some of these techniques are a decade old. Back when I had relaxed hair. So, and back when a professional was doing it. So I'm watching professionals who are trained on this do things. And I'm like, I could do that at home. 1, no. 2, even if you could, your hair is just different now. So in the end, she's cute. But even this, I wouldn't know how to do this on purpose. So there's still a lot to learn. And most of the time I default to just like, don't touch it. I keep convincing yourself that mousse isn't for afro textured hair because you never get it to work. Mousse helped me. Oh, now you know those are under the hooded dryer or overnight rollers. Wait, sorry, Sydney. I think I read that wrong. I think I read that wrong. I just, it's like there's the plastic ones with the holes in it that they can put like pins and stuff in. And then there's not that. And I was using not that. Again, in hindsight, I was like, there's just so many. But again, it's fine. It is fine. Like, what was the worst that was going to happen is that I just have a fro, which I have all the time. And because I don't do much with my hair anyway, I think thankfully so. I don't really do much with my hair and it works. It is what it is. Genetics. It's all genetics. There's nothing I am doing to make my hair do anything. It's genetics. Your hair looks very healthy and gorgeous. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, let me get back to this. Sorry, excuse me. I just got so excited because I saw February, I saw Afro Textured, and I saw they might be doing something very, very big. And I hope they are. I hope they do. Okay, so then they fixed this hair appearing as brown. They fixed this no longer appearing as missing. They fixed this from Horse Ranch. Apparently, we never had this hair in Horse Ranch. And then this makeup asset that came with Enchanted by Nature that we've had the whole time, that's just been not there, apparently. Cute. Then they fixed some stuff, just other bug fixes. Let me see if there's anything interesting here. We addressed a rather significant issue where away actions at work were causing Sims to never receive need gains while at work or school due to a change that was made during eventual waits. We fixed an additional bug pertaining to this where toddler and infant needs will now increase while at daycare properly. Now, this has been an issue for a while, right? This has been an issue for a long while. Bladder hunger, energy, and attention should receive large increases. Fun a small but tapering increase, and hygiene no increase. We addressed an issue where the fight interaction was available in all Sims. Okay, we'll see if that has been fixed. Even if they had a positive relationship. For seasons, it says Sims will no longer sometimes die of overheating while wearing the correct clothing. And this had something to do with ghosts. In the previous patch, we addressed an issue where sand sculptures were auto-generating on beaches when it rained a lot. And we're submitting the remaining portions of this fix to ensure it's now fully fixed in all cases. For Growing Together, they've addressed an issue where it was difficult to unlock the pull to stand milestone. And they explained what was going on here. And so now they're showing that should be more regularly available for us. You said you've been dying for The Sims to fix the Adventure Awaits swatch color. Well, it's finally here. For businesses and hobbies, we fixed an issue where small business employees were leaving early if a business was 5-star and selected customer criteria was supervised customer only. Now all hired employees should stay on a small business lot while it's open. I wouldn't know about this bug because I still have not been able to get my small business to 5 stars. Adventure Awaits. There's some sort of V-neck tee has a visible seam on the shoulder when worn by Sims downloaded from the gallery. So now that's been fixed. Imaginary friends will no longer reset and disappear from the relationship panel after returning from another lot. Custom venues will now save roles and schedules with a custom role containing romantic orientation criteria. The issue was resulting in a case of save corruption as well that was addressed and is noted. Excuse me. Ow! Okay, well then there's that. That was me talking shit earlier, and now that has been actually addressed. Custom venue not saving roles or schedule with or sexual orientation criteria. Yeah! I don't know who this was, Francois. Thank you so much for reporting this because I also reported this, but I guess I did it on another thread that has since been marked as resolved. And I was like, it's not resolved. And I don't have it in me to go back in there and tell them that it's not resolved, but they fixed it. Okay. For werewolves, they fixed an issue where werewolf offspring of werewolves had black features and no pelts upon aging to a teen. And our fix should apply a texture to any werewolf sim who is lacking one upon entering cast, and should address old instances of this occurring. For multiple packs, we fixed all reports of the camera being obstructed by trees in the gallery preview. Maids and butlers will now once again try to mop puddles instead of vacuuming them fruitlessly for hours. We assure you they were trying their best, and we appreciate your patience with them. Cast and build mode tagging updates. We have the opportunity to address a large swath of simpler tagging bugs, making cast and build mode sorting more accurate overall. The lump of clay base game and stack of books, cats and dogs objects also acquire some new gameplay functionality. Here are related issues we fixed. Okay. The lump of clay now sorts as a kids activity and also sorts in creative skills section. It has also been updated to provide creativity skill gain for children. Mind you, the way I try to avoid that object at all costs in general, so it's funny that they're like, hey, it's easier for you to find. I'm like, oh, thanks. I've been avoiding it, actually. Okay, the in full bloom centerpiece is now sorted as an indoor plant. Wedding pillar with flora basket is now sorted as an indoor plant. Okay, men's shoe rack and women's shoe rack objects now sort under storage miscellaneous category. Oh. Bonsai tree, penguin vision. Oh, braided pony now sorts as afro textured. Pin curl loose sorts as wavy. Okay, so they have some of these cast things sorting in the correct place. That's good. Braids bun side now sorts as afro textured. The stack of books object now sorts as a bookshelf, and it also has the functionality of a bookshelf now. Outdoor patio piece counts as a picnic table, and some more hair sorting things. Okay, but remember, right now in this very moment, afro textured is not a thing yet, or is not a thing. It's gonna come in February. It's now curly. Okay, candles, more sorting. Wow, they went through and they really did sort, cast, build, buy stuff. All three horse branch facial hairs have been sorted into the respective beards and mustaches subcategories. Okay. Snowy escape. I think this is sorting. Growing together, sorting, love struck. Oh, makeup from Love Struck will now appear for cold and hot weather outfits. Okay, that's good to know too. More sorting. Yeah, this is a lot of sorting stuff. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Oh yeah, like these shoes now sort as wedges. Interesting. Photo drape, fashion studio backdrop curved, and fashion studio backdrop starlight objects have been added to the creative subcategory in build modes, activity, and skills. Okay, see? Okay. Change logs for modders. I'm not a modder, so okay. That was it. All right. Interesting. It feels like this wasn't a nothing update. Like it seems like there's some good stuff in here, but considering that we know that new content is coming and the rumors now about how big the next update's going to be, this just kind of feels like it was a little bit of like a walk in the park, you know? All this hair fixes makes me think we're really getting more cute hairstyles. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I mean. You care that much about sorting the hairs in 2026? Something is coming. Something's coming. Speaking of something is coming, we also got free content in this update. We've got a Coach collection. The Coach collection, featuring 9 new items, drops for free in The Sims 4 on January 13, 2026, giving your Sim style the upgrade you didn't see coming. Again, that line. Expect wearable staples, bold statement pieces. I think I already read this. Okay, so it says, what is this little video? Can I mute this? Oh, there's a little video. They have a little trunk that we can click on to wear outfits. They show us some bags. The bags are just decor items, y'all. It's just decor items. It's not, okay. It's not like wearable bags, which is unfortunate. One thing you hope they add in the feature is a favorites category so that you can edit and build and buy, since there's so much stuff now if you have enough packs. You know, Unsha, I think that's a great idea. And one of the things that I've actually heard as a workaround for that is creating a room and saving it to your library with all of the things that you tend to pick up a lot. And I have not have not done that. You said national championship game on Monday. Go Canes! Go Canes! I know that's right. Yeah, so that is something that I've heard. I haven't done it myself, but I now that you brought it up, I'm like, oh, I gotta remember to do that. Because there are just some things, even with Tiny Town, it's like, yes, I want all of the different places to have their own distinct look and feel. That being said, it's like, how, why am I searching through everything to find the toilet paper I like, right? Like, I tend to use the same toilet paper. So, yeah. Yeah, decor bags is disappointing. Yeah, decor bags. Did you watch the last game? Because I did not. I was streaming, and I was the between y'all. Actually, I know you watched the game because you texted. Yes, my phone was blowing up as I was streaming. It was actually pretty funny, and I was like frantically checking the score, but then also trying to keep it together. Okay, so what's available to everyone in the base game? So this is what we got. We have styles in Create a Sim inspired by Coach favorites like the Soho sneakers, varsity jackets, and sleek skirt sets. Say that 5 times fast. Add the perfect finishing touches for any space and build by. With the iconic Coach decor items, I don't know what deco is. This is what I'm saying. Like, did ChatGPT help write all this? Because, like, what are deco items? That's not how they talk. Is that how they talk about our stuff? I'm gonna move on. From the Heritage Trunk to the Coach Tabby and Brooklyn bags. And then a new gallery household, the Carriage House. 3 friends chasing big dreams, big style, and a little bit of drama. Okay, I'll be the judge of that. He said, okay, good night, Ayana. Thank you for stopping by. And, shout out to you for keeping that sleep schedule. Everything about this collaboration celebrates what Coach and The Sims share: creativity, individuality, inclusivity, and a sense of play. The irony of that actually is that, in my opinion, individuality is not something that I would associate with like big name brands. In fact, that's kind of like to me a signifier that you are part of a group, a certain kind of class of people, if you will. But okay, I'll move on. Sims and Coach. In typical Coach fashion, these new cast items provide practical luxury to casual looks, evening wear, and everything in between. I don't have I seen that? Evening wear? That's what I mean by ChatGPT. We gotta look at this ourselves. They do have all these different bags here. This is such a cute little setup. I will say that. This is adorable. The walk-in closets are about to go crazy. I know y'all about to eat that up. Also, what I'm noticing? Items that are from base game updates aren't categorized together, and they aren't at the top, like with events or event items or new packs. Right. They're actually at the bottom. You have to like scroll past everything you already have to the bottom of the stuff to see what's new from base game updates. It's actually very interesting. Oh, this is the Carriage House. Okay. Welcome to the Carriage House, where friendship, ambition, and fashion-forward chaos coexist under one stylish roof. Meet the roommates who wear their confidence like it's custom tailored. Joni Bag, a gifted musician who frequents the gym, pronouns he, him. Brooke Lynn. Oh, that's cute. Like the bag. Oh, like all the bags. Oh, okay, I'm seeing what you're doing here. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Brooke landed them effortlessly, if I can speak, cool, fast food worker finds their happy place in whatever instrument or video game they're playing. Although Brooke's flirty but loyal energy creates a magnetic vibe, the absence of love will bring out their blues. Selena's Z-Way, her confident, clever, and polished to perfection. Selena is a hopeless romantic on the hunt for the one. This freelance artist always has time for food, video games, and a little bit of mischief. Joni loves S-pop, hip-hop, but spin the sounds of pop in his presence and his inner snob may take center stage. I'm not saying that ChatGPT wrote this. I'm also not saying that ChatGPT wrote this. Miles, you're not supporting Sims, are you? What are you talking about? What could you possibly be talking about? Coming into my stream where I'm clearly talking about Sims and asking me questions like that. Are you trying to get blocked? Because I could block you. My block button's gonna be strong in 2026, I see. Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying ChatGPT wrote it. I'm also not saying ChatGPT didn't write it. Not sure about that. There's other things too we haven't talked about on the channel. They posted this last week in real time about the future of The Sims, things to know about their values. Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought there was going to be more. Values, what they're working on across PC, console, and mobile, single player life simulation experiences, and Project Renee. Oh, and playtesting. And hard. So they gave kind of like almost like a State of the Union address. Haven't talked about that. I might make a video about this in general. And I feel like this is more of the same. Like they have like a values post here. Here's the thing I will say. They're really trying to drive home that who the Sims team is and what the Sims represents is not changing because of the buyout. That's what they're basically trying to get across here without saying that exactly. I don't think they use the words buyout here, but they're really trying to let people know like, hey, we are who we are. My thing is that, my thing is that I had no doubt or concern about what the Sims team intends to happen in the long run. You know what I mean? The Sims has been very, very clear about where they stand on certain issues. Other things they have not been the best about, for sure. But there have been certain issues, especially with LGBTQ concerns, that they have been very, like, showing, especially in the recent years, maybe in the last, like, 3 to 5-ish years. They have shown with their actions what they prioritize as far as representation, all that sort of thing. So I didn't have a doubt about that. Pause. It's all of these alarms. Oh my God. Can you all hear that? It's so annoying. Okay, it's getting farther away now. You said the gallery description sounds very ChatGPT. That's funny. Moth Girl! Hi, welcome! Nighttime City Music. Welcome! It's good to see you. And it's okay. I know, like, sometimes it's like, you know, people be in and out. I get it. You said the Coach collab is interesting. It is. But it's free. There's that. Anyway, like I said, I don't have any... wait, I'm sorry. This picture's so funny. This picture's so funny. They're like, no, seriously. We still love the LGBTQ community, please. Please. And we're all for what seems to be maybe age gaps. Hey, Ashley, welcome. Yeah, I didn't have any. Actually, people are very concerned about like, oh, what if they take LGBTQ stuff out of the game? I'm just like, I'm not concerned about that. Mostly because we have a lot of things that are actually happening in real time right now that we can be concerned about. So I'm not going to be concerned about what could happen with the game. We just won't know until things do or don't happen. You know? We support the LGBTQ. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, and age gaps. Right. Right. So yeah, I don't know. I love that they shared these updates. I haven't even read all of this in depth. I know that it's creating like a rumor mill. The rumor mill is strong these days, child. And this little thing as well, this little hint. But now we have a teaser trailer. There's a trailer coming out on Thursday. There's just so much happening all of a sudden, where it feels like it was like a sleepy time during the holidays. Now, boom, all of a sudden we're getting all this information. So, I wonder, let me ask you guys a question actually. Have you read this? The New Year, New Updates, 4 things to know about The Sims, about the future of The Sims. And have you read The Values That Shape The Sims? If not, put a 1 in the chat if you have read this. Why does it say we've detected inactivity? What is going on? The auto thing for TikTok is a mess. It's an absolute mess. Maybe, is it because of my little category? How do I change my category? I don't even know if I can. Yeah, they're basically like, it doesn't seem like you're playing a game. I'm like, well, I'm talking right now. Hi, Dragon. You said you didn't read it. It seemed to be corporate coded. Gotta push that EP out before the sale goes through. Listen. I guess what I'm curious about is, did these, even if you didn't exactly read it, if you maybe got the summary from somewhere, somebody made a video that you saw, somebody shared a link, gave you a quick recap, how does it make you feel about the future of The Sims? Did this make you feel better? No change? Did it make you feel worse? Like, are you happy that they put this out? That's what I'm curious about. You said still hope for a kind of full theme park or band's game pack. Your game is updating, Nick? Okay, cool. You didn't read this, but you read the tweet that they did. Okay. Yeah. I'm like, what did I skimmed. I feel like I skimmed. I skimmed one of these. Maybe I skimmed this one. Yeah, values and change. The Sims has always been more than a game. It's a canvas for life in all its unpredictable forms. And our Sims team's creative control, guided by our values of inclusivity, choice, creativity, community, and play, has not changed. These values inspire the decisions we make each and every day as we plan for today, tomorrow, and the future. The Sims will always be about life your way, and you can read more about our values. And that's where they link to the other one. What we're working on. The future of The Sims includes experiences across PC, console, and mobile. The Sims is at its best when everyone can play in the way that feels right to them. Whether you're here for storytelling, building, or seeing what happens when free will takes over, you've shown us just how imaginative you truly are. That's why we're building a family of new Sims experiences across PC, console, and mobile. Each experience carries the heart, humor, creativity, and lore you love, while introducing its own world. Yeah, this is kind of like, ooh, word salad. And then it says, we're committed to single player life simulation experiences. At its core, The Sims was built on a deep single player life simulation chock full of rich systems, meaningful storytelling, and player agency that puts you in control. That foundation isn't going anywhere. We'll continue to deliver content and updates to The Sims 4, and we are committed to improving the experience. Single player PC and console experiences will always be a part of our future, with more than half of our global development team dedicated to The Sims 4 and the next evolution. Okay, so this is why the rumor mill has started. More news in the coming months. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I made a whole video. And this is why I didn't want to read this right now, because I'm like, I want to make a video because I have thoughts and opinions, and I'm gonna stop. It feels like damage control. kind of seems like damage control, but I see them trying. But these packs that's coming out are so random. The Prairie, SpongeBob, and now that new one's gonna come out. V, how did you feel about the SpongeBob kit? I thought the SpongeBob kit was very cute. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was hilarious. I thought that they had great lore references. I thought it was camp. I thought that what a time, you know, for that. I also thought that because it's a kit, like, it's not that deep if people don't want it. And I finally thought was like, nobody asked for this. Nobody asked for this in the most genuine sense of nobody asked for this. People say that about every pack that has come out with this game. Nobody asked for this. When clearly multiple hundreds of people, at least, possibly thousands of people, have asked for the very thing that someone else is like, no, who asked for this? I saw someone say that about the fairies pack. Fairies, who asked for this? And all I can think is like, many people asked for that. You didn't want it. I didn't want it, but many people wanted fairies. I have never, in my 20 plus years of playing this game, seen anyone say, I wish I had SpongeBob stuff in The Sims. So, and for me, the most raw sense, I'm like, nobody asked for that. Now, as a creator, I got it. It's in my game. I was tempted to use one wallpaper one time for a build that I did recently. And that's about it. What's the Prairie? Did you miss something? Yeah, Karis, it's the kit. The Prairie Dreams creator kit that came out recently. He said true, not one person. As far as I'm concerned, not one person. And if there was one person, there's probably some Alpha CC out there somewhere collecting dust because nobody wanted that. But yeah, there's a new kit. Damage control? Yes, I think they're just worried of losing some of their fans and want to ease our worries and ensure us that their values don't change, regardless of what the losers at the who sit at the top of EA do. Right. Yeah, my hesitation is just about like, I'm like, I don't know. They can say so many. So I think there's a lot of misinformation going around. So I think they're also trying to combat that misinformation. I hate that that's a phrase now. Lies and falsehoods are going around about what is going on with The Sims specifically with regards to the buyout. So they're like, that's not happening. That whatever you think is happening is not actually happening. So that's what they're trying to address, I think, as well. But it is giving very much corporate speak. But there's only so many, at this point, it's just like, there's only so many ways that they can say things. They can't just be like super, super plain because they are a part of a corporation, you know? That's true. And they likely aren't allowed to talk about it, so they dance around it a lot. Right, exactly. Or they dance around it. You didn't say a lot. I added that. Project Renee has evolved into a social, collaborative, mobile-first life sim game. Thanks to ongoing player feedback, Project Renee has evolved to focus on social multiplayer play. Is this like in the same realm of like the whole Disney Dreamlight Valley sort of thing? Imagine a Steven Universe kit to go with the Crystal Creation stuff. That'd be awesome. And Clara, you make an interesting point because that is dope. That is dope. But do I want that in my game? I don't know. I don't like having like real life stuff. I was saying about the SpongeBob kit, it would have been cool to see like the SpongeBob version in The Sims. Kind of like how we have English stuff and Simlish stuff. I want like the Simlish version of SpongeBob in the game. And some of the items were like very, very, very overtly SpongeBob, but I imagine that was part of just like the agreement with the contract of creating stuff. You're waiting for Enzoy to hit console. Is that on the roadmap? That's another video I'm gonna make, is what's on the roadmap for Enzoy. Okay, let's do the big brave thing. Oh, I guess, do I need this for anything? I mean, yeah, that's everything with the update and other things right now. So if you want to check out my other videos, check them out on my channel, and I'll catch y'all next time. Bye! Okay, that was just for the recording because I recorded it just in case I want to use it. Don't go anywhere. I'm not leaving. We're going to do the big brave thing. I'm going to open up this game. Let's see if it works. Is your shirt Hercules? I don't know. Does it look like Hercules? Can you see that? Is that not even a little bit? It's the muses. Can you tell? Oh. From zero to hero and no time flat. Zero to hero, just like that. When he found the girl, went wild with glass, and they slapped his face on every vase, on every vase. From appearance fees and royalties, our hurt had catch the burn. That's all I got. He could tell you what the creature is. Say amen. Oh, there he goes again. Yeah, that's all I got now. He said, I woke up an inner demon. Yeah, it's Hercules. Yeah. Let me tell you one of my biggest regrets. Oh, never mind. I thought something happened with my TikTok stream. Ooh, TikTok's getting on my nerves today. He said, I know she wasn't gonna up and leave us like that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, with my goodbye. Because I was recording it. I was like, oh, damn. I gotta do something with this. Bye. Yeah. You said there were words in that part. I don't know, fam. I don't know. How long have I known that movie? I still don't know those words. As I told y'all when I watched Dreamgirls over Christmas, we had the subtitles on. I was like, oh, that's what they say? That's supposedly my favorite movie. I still don't know what they're saying in some of those songs. Okay. Wow, that took a lot out of me. Oh my gosh. That was ranked. So maybe like 10, 15, not 15. How old am I? Maybe like 12-ish years ago. Back when BuzzFeed was still like super relevant. They had like, you know, rankings and quizzes and stuff. And one of the ranking quizzes that were going around on Facebook and the like, okay, I can open the game, so there's that, was what's your favorite Disney song? And I thought my favorite song would be, I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Sorry, my game is loading in and it was being really weird for a second. Oh. Zachary completed an aspiration, y'all. Okay, well, the game is opening, so there's that. And let me just...
Super chat from Ashley Johnson dashes 3DC, which says sing every stream, please, lol.
Thank you for the super chat. All I can hope is that there's no copyright strike, which I don't think there should be, because it's not an actual recording or anything, but you never know. What was I looking up? Oh, I was double checking that I did set up everything with Zachary, so it doesn't actually matter if Zachary's next or not, because that's who we're going to be playing. Oh, and I guess we have to go into, that's what we really need to do. We need to go and look at the stuff. Damn it! And I stopped recording. Damn it! Yeah, it goes Carmine and then Zachary. All right, bet. You're eating Hershey's pie. Ooh, that sounds good. The original Dreamgirls or the Beyonce version? What do you think? What do you think? How old do you think I am? Of course the Beyonce version. Are you kidding me? What kind of question is that? I was watching Dreamgirls, the Beyonce version, with my family. That's like my favorite movie of all time. Okay? I was even too young to even understand that that was a remake. All right? Let's go into, I guess, create a sim. Oh, hold on, wait. I have to make sure. Yeah, because it wasn't on the right game. There we go. Hey! Tarzan's You'll Be in My Heart. Oh my god, was I mid-story talking about that? Yes. Again, yes, there was a whole, when BuzzFeed, I think it was a BuzzFeed quiz when BuzzFeed was still a thing. I think it was BuzzFeed. Yeah, they had this one that got super popular and it was like ranking all of the Disney songs, or like a lot of the popular Disney movie songs. And I always say that Lion King is my favorite Disney movie. And so I just assumed one of the Lion King songs would be my top one. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. And then it was Zero to Hero on there as an option. And I was like, whoa. I didn't even realize how much I liked that song until I saw it there. And it also kind of awoke for me that I'm like, man, I really like Hercules. Like, I really like Hercules. So I don't know. Like, I've always said Lion King's my favorite, but then part of me is like, is Lion King my favorite or is it Hercules? I think top 3 for me, as far as like, I'm gonna include Disney and Pixar, because my other favorite one is Toy Story. Toy Story, I love me some Toy Story. Absolutely, I do. So between Toy Story, Lion King, and Hercules. As an adult, I also am really fond of Mulan, the cartoon version, obviously. That one's good as well. That one's really good. I think I like that more as an adult than I even did as a kid. I think as a kid, I liked it, but I don't think it was hitting the same for me as it does like as an adult. Where I'm like, damn, this is a good movie. So yeah. Paint All the Colors of the Wind by Pocahontas and Make a Man Out of You by Shang, top tier. Yes, yes, yes. Although, and yeah, You'll Be in My Heart is, the Tarzan ones are, that one's real emotional. Here's the thing, also, as an adult, I think in college, I watched Pocahontas and I was like, this shit sucks. I turned it off. I'll tell you the exact part when I turned it off. I was like, this movie is not for me. As a kid, I think I liked Pocahontas. As an adult, I do not like Pocahontas. As soon as she saw that white man and she like listened to the wind and breathed in and now she could understand English, I was like, it's a wrap. That's a wrap for me. I'm done with this. Princess Tiana is your favorite Disney princess, hands down, because she slaved to get where she was and didn't need a dream about a man saving her and being hopeless romantic. And Jeff, that's low-key why I hate Princess and the Frog. I hate that story. I don't actually hate it, but I did write a paper on it in college. I was too old to be influenced by The Princess and the Frog when it came out. So I was seeing it from a different lens, and I hated that she had to work for her dream. I was like, she has to work for this? And she didn't become a princess by her own. She did still marry into it. I didn't like any of that. I was like, this is bullcrap. The first black princess has to work all day and night, and maybe if she just works hard enough, the white man might give her a loan for her to open up a restaurant. Hell nah, bullshit. I was big mad. Ooh, I was big mad. You know, because I was like, oh, I'm writing a paper on this. Bump this. And then if I bring it up to any black woman who's under the age of like 25, they're like, what? You don't like that movie? And I'm like, I was just beyond the demographic to actually really appreciate what it was trying to do. Unfortunately, I was too old. And I watched that and I was so excited too. And sorry, because now I'm re-triggered. When I saw that she was a frog for most of the movie, that's actually what did it. Because her having to work for her dream, I thought that was some bullshit, but I was gonna let it slide. When she was a frog, for most of the movie, I was like, what is this animalistic, black people are animals propaganda that they are feeding to the children? And that's why I wrote a paper on it. Yeah, Pocahontas is romanticizing colonialism for sure. I mean, I hear it because all the white princesses had it easier. I get it. Oh, no. Again, this is not even me trying to change anybody's opinions, or it's just more so like, yeah, this is my first thought. I remember I was so disappointed when I finally saw Princess and the Frog in a way that I just wasn't even prepared for. That's what I mean. You know it was bad when I decided in college, I'm like, this is going to be the subject of a paper. The paper might have had something to do with either black people as animals in media or something to do with the princesses of it all. I wonder if I even still had that. I doubt it. I have some old drives from college because my actual college major was like communications and like graphic design and stuff. So I have like projects. I don't know if I have papers that I wrote for like other classes. I would love to look at that and just be like, what were you on? What were you on about? There were a lot of people who weren't a fan of how the Black Princess had to spend most of her movie as a frog. Meanwhile, Ariel got legs. Work and be a frog. Big BS. I'm saying. But, you know, she's still an icon. We can never take that away from her. Absolutely. She's still a Black princess. A Black American princess, indeed, actually. But what a time that was, actually. to see that and be like, what? What's going on?
Ooh.
And the Pocahontas one also threw me for a loop, because when I saw that, because again, my reaction was so, in hindsight, I'm like, that is such a funny reaction to see a movie that I should low-key be nostalgic for, and I was. The little, what's the little character name? Little raccoon that eats like the little crackers or whatever. For whatever reason, that little image was in my mind a lot as a kid. I loved that the way they animated that and him eating the little crackers and take the food. I remember that. I was nostalgic for that movie, but then it's like I watched it. Oh, you know the other one? The other one that I thought would be cool, or I was somewhat nostalgic for, and then when I started to watch it, I was like, this movie is not good, was Bambi. Y'all, I watched Bambi in college. I was like, what the hell is this? I wonder now if I were to watch it as an adult, if I could have an appreciation for it. But Bambi, for some reason, also pissed me off. And I don't think it had anything to do with like, I don't think it had anything to do with like the traumatic moment or anything like that. I think I just thought it was not a good movie. But I have not seen it in like 12, 13 years, because right then I wrote it off. I was like, this is bad. This is not good. This is not good cinema. In fact, I remember when I was done watching, I think I watched it with my college roommate at the time, and I was like, I'm not gonna make, there's some, in my mind, when I thought I was having kids, I was like, I'm not gonna make my kids watch this. I'm not making my kids watch Bambi. There's some things, like I really want when I think about the children, I'm like, man, I really would want my nephews to like the movies that I like Toy Story, Lion King, Hercules, right? All the ones we just talked about, right? Tarzan is a good one. Bambi was like, we could just skip that. Bambi's heartbreaking. Bambi was just to look pretty, I feel. Now, you know what? That's fair. Now you turn Tiana into Babs. And teach your kids about death. Yeah. The Good Dinosaur is on that level too. I don't know if I have seen that. Have I seen The Good Dinosaur? Every time I think of dinosaur movies from my time, I think about The Land Before Time. Oh yeah, from 2015. Yeah, I didn't see this. I didn't see this one. I haven't watched Land Before Time in a long time too. That movie, I'm nostalgic for it. I should watch that. Maybe I'll watch that over this weekend just to see. I'm like, does this hold up? It's a bit heavy for kids. I called horny animals and people. Wait, what? Wait, what? The Good Dinosaur had you crying your eyes out. Oh gosh. Ooh. Okay, well, that sounds like maybe one that, you know, too many feelings. I'm like, ooh, maybe I don't know. You said Line Before Time is good. Still? In 2026, you think? Because you'd be surprised some of the ones that you thought were really good. I can also well, I don't know if I can. I'd like to think I can separate nostalgia from whether something's good or not. You know, like I rewatched Dreamgirls and I was like, now this shit eats. This is a good movie. This is good musical movie cinema. This is a good time. It's a good time. I'm trying to think of it. I watched Die Hard for the first time. And I'm watching Die Hard and I'm like, well, you know, some of the stuff is like campy 80s action movie. But honestly, I'm watching it. I'm like, yeah, I can see why people were like super into this when it came out. I can see how this became iconic. Like, this is a good time. It's a good time. It's a good time movie. You know, how did he manage to evade all of the super craziness that was going on in that building? I'll never know, but he did, and it was fun to watch. That was a fun action movie watch. I was like, okay, Die Hard's pretty cool. The other movie that I really like, that to me, I'm like, I think it's iconic, but I don't know if I can separate nostalgia from not, because it's not a nostalgic movie for me, but I just like the movie a lot, is Back to the Future. I think that movie is awesome. And I watch it, I think I watch Back to the Future once every year and a half. Cause I'm like, damn, this movie's good. I like Back to the Future a lot. And that one is nostalgic for me because I wasn't even around when it like came out. You know, when I finally watched it, I was like, this movie is kind of dope. We watch Die Hard on Christmas every year. And I was like, they don't make movies like this anymore. So many times. Yeah, and the whole like argument, like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Now that I have finally seen Die Hard, I'm like, people are bored. People are bored and they're just looking for things to talk about. Because of course, like, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Like, are we, what's going on? Why is this even a conversation? You know? Back to the Future is a classic. It is. Yeah. No, I was like, okay, I can see this. I just want to go to bed, but wanted to pop in and say hi. I've been binging your videos to cope with low vibes. Oh my God, Banana, hi. I hope you're able to come back and watch the stream later. Have a good night. And I hope to see you next time. We'll be back here on Thursday actually playing the game and not just yapping. I appreciate you. All right. Let me move on. We got some stuff to look at. So let's look at this. Let's look at this stuff real quick. Oh, okay. Yeah, even this mod is still working, which is good. Because this mod, the More Calms mod, TBD after updates if this even still works. You know? So we got some coach stuff. Here we go. And oh, you know what? Actually, can we bring in that new household that they made? Excuse me. Here, the carriage house. Welcome to the carriage house, where friendship, fashion, and a little fabulous chaos live under one roof. Selena serves sleek confidence, loves a good laugh, and is forever chasing love without the drama. Brooke is effortlessly magnetic, flipping burgers while chasing music stardom. Joni blends music and muscle, always ready to turn the latest musical hit into a cool concerto. Wait, what? With Coach in their closets, they are always ready for their next iconic moment. Okay. It has 2,600 downloads, including mine. Whoa! Joni Bag. Brooklyn. Selena Z-Way. Hey. Oh. Hey. Brooklyn, they really went and gave them like the eye bags, which I find funny because they look like someone. This sim looks like someone I know in real life. And I don't know, but it looks like someone I should know, you know? Was that bad? You're a big fan of the Karate Kid movies? I don't think I still haven't seen the original Karate Kid. I still haven't, is that true? Yeah, I think so. I don't think I've seen the original one. And if I have, it's only been like a little bit of it. I need to, you know what? That needs to go on my list. I still need to watch all those musicals on my list. Don't think I forgot about that. I have not. That's just, you know, I had to put that on the back burner. You know, life. I wrote that down somewhere. And so now I have to find a piece of paper that has that list. But no, I didn't forget. You like this way of showing off the new stuff. Is this so we don't have to dig for it? Maybe. Maybe that's why they did it as like an extra bonus for the Coach collab. For sure. Brooklyn lives in Williamsburg. You know what I mean? Brooklyn might be a gentrifier. And I mean that in the most respectful way possible. You know? ChatGPT trying to work hard in The Sims. The description. I'm not saying that the descriptions were written by ChatGPT. I'm also not saying that they weren't written by ChatGPT, you know? Okay, so for these items that we got in today's update, whoa, have we had those shoes? No, the shoes are new too. Oh, you know what's interesting? I do kind of like the Coach logo on them. I'm sure that was part of the collab, like agreement. And also, it's giving very much CC vibes, right? Like Alpha CC. So we've got this like Letterman jacket coat, or Letterman jacket thing, not a coat, that has tears in it. So I guess it's supposed to be like vintage. That's fun. 1941 Coach. Oh, you know what? I'm starting to not like this now because I'm remembering that this is not going to be Simlish. This is actually real. Let's see though. Let's see if there's other versions. Oh, there are. Oh, the Sims heard me say that and they're like, no, don't worry, fam, I got you. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. So, not to make this about SpongeBob again, but now I'm feeling a type of way because they gave us Simlish versions of the Coach looks, but we didn't get Simlish versions of the SpongeBob stuff. And I don't know. I think this is cool. You have the version with English, okay? Which has, what was it, brown, blue, this like jacket. All right, that's cleaned up version. And there's also like the worn version. I love this for storytelling, like passing this down, you know, or maybe you pick this up at thrift tea shop. And yeah, ooh, yeah, see, look, Simlish, English, Simlish, English. Okay. Oh, I missed something. You said, bold of you to assume, wait, what? Bold of you to assume we'll make it into the game after we react to the trailer on Thursday and yap about it. Oh, that's crazy. You're totally right. And I definitely should update that. Good God. Dare I? No. We're doing good. We're doing good. Let me keep going. All right. So then we also have this t-shirt. Okay. Looks like a boxy shirt with the little dinosaur thing. Ooh. We got some Simlish with the logos and the images, the graphics. Okay. Ooh, fun. I like these graphic tees. And I love that we got them in Simlish. And then in case you're an Alpha CC purist, you also have everything in English. I like it. I do. I like it. And like I said in Discord, I know that capitalism is bad and we shouldn't like this. La la la. I like this. I like when they do things like this. I like when we get, I don't know, something about like real life brands like this, like for clothing and stuff, is like fun because like we're getting more clothes. We're getting more things to style with. And I like that. That's fun. And then you can have your actual brand, but then I'm a Max's Match girly. So I want my stuff to be like in Simlish, and we have that. And I love that. I love that for me, actually. And it's free. It's part of a free update. You know what I mean? How could you hate this? I know you're going to find a way to. I'm just saying, you know, how could you? All right, we're going to switch out of that just so we can look at these pants. So we have these jeans, which have like different cuts front and back. Is that on purpose? Like the patches are different heights? That is definitely on purpose because they wouldn't do that by accident with this level of collab. So I wonder if do those pants actually exist? And then we can see the like rivet, divot, ribbit things. We can see like the little back label here, and we can go through. These are the different swatches. Ooh, we got the C's, the repeating C's monogram situation. Ooh, and then we have a version without it if you just like the light wash of these jeans. Then we have dark wash with like a couple little tears in them. Black version with the C's on them. Then we have, what is this? Like a darker blue kind of black with like a couple, like a little gold chain, I think is what that's supposed to be, with the little Coach C's. Oh. Absolutely yes, actually. Actually, yes. We have this leopard print pant. Dope. And then we have like a burnt brownish orange kind of thing with that gold chain on it. Ooh. And then just so we can try to see the shoes. Is there anything I can do about this? I don't think I made my little zoom for this yet. I can do like this. Yeah, that's not gonna help. Okay, hold on. Can I do anything about this right now? You know what? I'm not gonna even mess with it. There's a chance that I could do something about the zoom, but I don't think I'm gonna mess with it wholeheartedly. I think what I'll do right now is just try to zoom in like this. Okay. So I think this is just gonna be the best I can do. All right. Okay, so these are the shoes that are also coming in this collab, which is pretty cool because I don't think I was expecting shoes. I didn't know with all the descriptions, I didn't know what we were getting. So it looks like there are 8 different swatches. So we've got an all white swatch with the C's. We've got this like dirty, is this supposed to be dirty sneakers? It's gotta be, right? It looks dirty to me, which love that. If this is the clean version and then this is the dirty version, or maybe, because I'm like, is this supposed to be taupe? No, that's gotta be dirty. Then this is the version that we already saw with like the stars all over them. These are cute. Then we have silver, like a silver gray swatch, the black swatch. Ooh, these are nice. With the like C monogram all over them. This is fun. More animal print. Love that for us, actually. Love it. Oh, pink. Oh, and then the blue. Yeah, these are cool. I like this. And I love sneakers in this game. Let me put you back in what you had, sir. Don't mind me, I'm just fixing this. Okay. Is it working? Is it back? Okay. Is Coach expensive? Yeah. You said haven't seen the new Coach items yet, but you're excited. Yes. Yes. Let me put you back in your outfit. I'm sorry. Ooh, again, easy to find. The little Coach. Little icon on top of the Coach little logo. Although, once again, trying to find things in this scroll is like not very easy. Okay, so this is what Joni was wearing. I'm pretty sure. Moving on to Brooke. I think Brooke is wearing more of the same. Yeah, although I didn't realize we have these shoes in here. Or they make these shoes look good. Maybe that's what's going on. Because I'm like, what? Are these new? They're not. Anyway, more of the same with the jacket. La 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 la. There is another jacket in here that is tagged as feminine, it seems. So let's put that on Selena. Ooh. Selena, what are you wearing? You're wearing this shirt, which I think we've had for a minute. Let's put you in that new jacket. So this is another jacket that we did not actually look at already. It's like a crop jacket with these button sleeve collar, I can't speak, cuffs. The cuffs on the sleeves, and like a little gold chain here on this swatch. What does the other swatch look like? Oh, so it's like a little leather, ooh, plaid black, and then like this is kind of like a worn leather version. This is nice. I like that. And then these same pants, actually these are different pants. No, they're the same. Okay, yeah, sorry. The different swatch on the front and back is what I was looking at, like the little seam lines right here. But that's how it was supposed to be. This is so cool. I actually love this. Yeah, be cute. But they had her in, I think, the jeans, but with the other top. That's base game. I'll just keep going back. I like the plaid version of the jacket too. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Yeah, yeah. You said matching set, maybe? Okay, cool. So that was, I think, the like all of the stuff that we got in Create a Sim. Let me just double check. Maybe not actually. Hold on. Is this skirt? Did we already have this skirt?
Oh.
No. Yeah, we also got this skirt. That's such a, what an interesting choice to put. Maybe, wait, was there another outfit? Let me, hold on, wait, maybe there was another outfit. Yes, there was other outfits that we didn't see. Okay. But you're not. Okay. Hold on. Now I'm searching to see, because I'm like, did they actually make a little, what is this? Yeah. No, they didn't make a styled look with the coach stuff, which would have been helpful. But they also didn't put this sim in anything to show off the other stuff. But they made multiple outfits. Is this like an earlier version of this sim? Because why would they have this sim in the jeans when we didn't see the jacket and we didn't see the new skirt? I don't understand. Anyway, yeah, so we've got the skirt with the little C belt chain thing and these pleats. All right, it looks like it's a little leather skirt, and it comes in, it looks like the same kind of finishes as the jacket. So this is the matching thing for the jacket. Let's go back to the jacket. Yep. Wait, not SpongeBob making an appearance. Here. I guess this is the matching set. Because between the two of these go together. Yeah, I'm going back and forth. It's interesting though, because this is almost like not cropped enough so we can see the little chain. So I don't know if these are actually supposed to be worn together or if they can just be a part of the same Sims wardrobe, you know? Okay. I'm also realizing that they have things in different order, which I hate when they do that. Like this and this match, but they're on opposite sides. Anyway, yeah, so we also have this little skirt that's part of the little the free update. Okay, now I think that's everything in cast. You said you want to wear that in real life. Someone said, hey, right. The items are very modern. Yes, and they're free. That's the other thing. They're free. They're cute. I like it. Oh, well, if we're gonna, I'm gonna leave you in this. And then for the top, you can wear that other one. Sure, whatever. Okay. So yeah, so these Sims are on the gallery. I'm just curious, like, their relationship, they're just household members. They don't even know each other for real. Likes and dislikes, orientation, boundaries. Oh, will feel jealous if their romantic partner engages in non-physical romance. No, that might have something to do with their little description of not being like with the drama with romance. So that's kind of cool. Oh. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think they did mess with some of these settings. Okay, well, cute. The carriage house, like Coach's carriage. Patch purse kit on the way. Watch purse kit on the way. I mean, once again, we can only hope. Where are you gonna live? Not there. Okay. Maybe they move somewhere else. Willow Creek, maybe? I just want to look at the stuff. Why? It's the fact that... Why do they live in a 1-bedroom home with 3 horses and a dog and a newborn baby? Are y'all seeing this? Do y'all see that? Anyway, let me put you somewhere, please. Oh, and all these houses have people in them. It honestly is not even that big of a deal. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this save? And I think I fixed the settings already, even with neighborhood stories and them moving about. Like the Harjo, why do they live in this 1-bedroom? Like, I'm going to. I wish there was like a mod where I could just move everybody back to where the hell they live. You know what I mean? That's what I need. Okay, where would they live? Maybe they would live in Windenburg. No, they would live in the city. That's where they would live. Where's San Myshuno? Let's just move them somewhere in here. Okay. I honestly just need to look at this stuff. If I see something that has 3 bedrooms, which I don't even know if that's a thing, I'm gonna kick out whoever lives here. Here. Just double check. Oh, maybe here. This has 3 bedrooms? Yeah, it does. Okay, so we're gonna confirm and then we're gonna evict you. Yeah, there you go. Remaining funds. Okay, what is it? Is it free real estate on? Nope. Free real estate space on. There it is. Evict. Yes. Go get. All right, cool. Yeah, neighborhood stories needs an overhaul. Absolutely. You always hate when a sim invites one of your sims over and they have a horse but no horse stuff. Like, oh, now this is my problem that you don't have the hey now horse feeder or whatever. Don't forget to pay your rent on time. Thanks, but no thanks. All right. So then lastly, we got some new stuff in build mode with this kit. Look at me. With this free base game update. Press the wrong button. Also, what is this place? Sorry, one of them is like a fry cook, is like fast food worker. I don't know who's paying for this. Here's what I think. Canon, here's what's happening. Brooklyn comes from money. Okay? These two are their friends from like university. All right, and they're like, we're gonna make it in the big city. But Brooklyn, their family is paying for this. All right. Now, their family doesn't know that they've moved to San Myshuno, cut off all their hair, and changed their pronouns. That's how the money keeps coming in. You know what I mean? I'm creating the lore that we didn't see coming. Oh, where they'll have an infant just scooting with no infant stuff. So did we just get new bags? Because if it's just new bags, ooh, yikes. Oh no, never mind. Everything was organized. If it's just new bags, then I'm curious about, first of all, where that would be. I filtered by base game, since these are free base game items. Ooh, I see. Okay, maybe coach. If I search coach. Okay, so we've got this. It's not getting any lighter in here. And this. And since it's a little dark, let me just change these floors just so we can see a little bit better what's going on. I mean, yeah, that's a little better. Not that much better. And let me move you. All of them in one bedroom and probably none of them have a job. Use this as real point of view. Okay, yeah, so it looks like it's gnome coach art frame. That's funny. Was that an Easter egg? No. Okay, so it looks like it's just these 3 items. I'm gonna confirm. I'm looking over at the site. Yeah, I think that's right. Okay, cool. But the items come in several different colors, so this comes in 6 different swatches, okay? This is the Brooklyn bag. This is the Tabby bag. Man, I'm almost sad we only got 2 of these, plus the trunk. I love the little decor, little charm. Oh, this has a little charm on it too. I didn't notice that. Oh wow, that's so cute. Oh, just that one swatch. Some of these have like the little coach tag. Okay, now it's in English, it's not in Simlish. And I guess I'm okay with that because it's the bag. I'm gonna let it go just because it's like, whatever, you know? I still would prefer things in Simlish, but it is pretty cool to have these actual bags with the actual little charms and stuff on it in the game. This will make great decor pieces. I already know y'all's walk-in closets are about to go crazy, okay? With these different bags, with the different swatches. You know, if you want to start manifesting, this is a great way to do it. Make your dream closet with your dream bags in it, okay? And then as far as this bag is concerned, I like how we have the strap that kind of sits behind it, the little cherry little charm, the big old C on the front. And depending on the swatch, the charm changes. Like this is just a little tag. A little bit harder to see here. Maybe with this color, you can kind of see the tag on the side instead of the little charm. But the little charm is so cute. Oh, this one has a little charm too. I mean, not very little actually. In comparison to the size of the bag, it's actually huge. But it's still a cute little option. So adorable. And I cannot stress this enough. Free! They just gave this to us today. They said, here you go. What's happening? I'm like, something's going on here that I couldn't pick it up and repeat it a few times to get some different swatches over here. Oh yeah, and they have like a worn one that's like a little bit worn. You can see it's almost like it needs like a little cleaning or whatever. Again, I think this is like the vintage and the legacy of it all. You know? Yeah. Few different colors, fun. And then we have this trunk, the Trava trunk with the monogram C on it. Ooh. And just to see what's inside of here. Oh, okay. I don't want to float. Oh, okay. That's terrifying. Let's, oh! Oh! I'm gonna do my best to not float away. I can just get the right angle. Sorry. Okay. This is very similar to the costume trunk, right? We've got the little garment bag in here, a little cover. Not a trunk. Ooh. Coach, you know, dust bag, some packaging, some shoe packaging. It looks like this is a cool little item. Sorry, when I exit out of that view, it pops me out a little bit. Okay. Ooh, 9 swatches of this. All right, so this is what the trunk looks like. 360, you can see like the little metal hinges. There's like a little handle at the top there. And yeah, it comes in 9 different swatches. Ooh, The white with the gold is fun. Ooh, I like this kind of like taupe color. And you can still see the little monogram C pattern going all around it. And on the interior too. The interior of the trunk. Oh, and this version is just solid black. Okay. Oh, with Simlish. Oh! Simlish alert! Simlish alert! There is Simlish on the inside here. So, oh, once again, they heard us. They know. They know. That's why I said the SpongeBob thing is more disappointing. Because I was like, well, maybe they don't know. And this is just proof that they do know. They're like, well, some of the people, they're going to feel some type of way about seeing Coach. So you can have the option with Coach or without Coach. Although it doesn't seem like the exact same colors are available in each version. So but that's typical. I feel like that's typical Sims experience. So, you know, I guess beggars can't be choosers at this point. It was free. You know, they said here, damn. This was the perfect time to add accessory bags and casts. Right. And did they do it? No. You know what I mean? Good luck. There is some gameplay interaction with this, though. Let's come over here. Let's look. Ooh! We can wear a confident Coach outfit, wear a playful Coach outfit, wear a flirty Coach outfit. Then you can change our outfits. Although the outfit option isn't available on closets. And I don't know what that's about. And then call to wear. What does call to wear mean? You, like, come over, like what? Like everyone come over here and wear the, like, I don't get it. But it functions as a little closet, basically. Oh. Everyone come over here and wear this? Okay, interesting. Oh, yeah, so I think everyone's about to come over here and put on their athletic wear? Is that what's happening? Hey, I didn't check your athletic wear. You're wearing the Coach shirt. That's pretty cool. Not a great workout outfit with the necklace, but you do you, I guess. Okay, so I'm gonna wear a confident Coach outfit. What is that? Okay, so this is a confident Coach outfit, and it makes you confident. The clothing makes the sim from wearing a costume. Yeah, it's the same like costume effect. If I click the same thing, will it put me in the same thing? It seems like it. What about a playful Coach outfit? Okay, so now that's creating a little playful moodlet. I'm assuming this is a base game jacket and then the new Coach shoes and the Coach pants, right? And let me wear a flirty Coach outfit. Okay. Yeah, if you say so. You got the flirty moodlet, seductive style from wearing a costume. I'm gonna go back to confident. Is it the same? Yeah, it is the same. You come over here. You wear a confident Coach outfit. I want to see what yours is. Okay, you looking up at the ceiling. I had nothing. They should have given us more more build items like shopping bags, shoe boxes, and placeable shoes. Yeah, no, I think that would be dope. Okay, so now she's feeling confident from wearing the costume, which is just an outfit, and it changed her hair. Is it supposed to do that? Let's wear a flirty outfit. What does that do? I don't like the socks with those shoes. And this is the playful Coach outfit. Is it the same for you, or does everyone have their own thing? Or is it like based on frame? Stop talking. Okay, so I'm gonna have Brooke come over here. Yeah, so it's the same for feminine frame versus masculine frame Sims. Okay, so what's your name again? Selena went over to take a nap. Sure. So Brooke is wearing like feminine stuff, which I don't think is necessarily what they would actually wear. This is a playful outfit. Okay. And then the flirty outfit. Yeah, I don't know about that, but you know, sure, I guess. And then take off the costume. And what are you wearing? And I'm gonna have you change your outfit to whatever your default is. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, it's the costume trunk, basically. It has a little bit of gameplay interaction, which is pretty dope. And then, do these have any interaction? Not even a look of interaction. Not even an inventory. It would be nice if you could, like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with this game. It'd be cool if you could put stuff in there, is all I'm saying. Just a few little things, you know, put some dog treats, you know, inside the bag. Now, in this instance, you wouldn't really want to keep anything in there but like stuffing and just keep them nice. Polish them up a little bit. But yeah, all right, I mean, that was the free stuff. Got a few free items. You know, make sure you back up your saves before you do your update, etc., etc., etc. Have fun. The trunk might be your favorite item from this patch. It's a nice free update. I think so as well. I think my favorite item from this patch would have to be... I'm sorry. Why don't you have clothes on? It's like he immediately went and changed out of his clothes, and I'm not sure why. Honestly, y'all, this feels like a mini series in the making. Just wrecking their lives. Let me get out of here. He's feeling himself. Right. I think my favorite item would have to be... Oh my gosh. My favorite item would have to be the stuff that has the Simlish on it as well. The fact that they give us both. So that's a cheat answer because it's not one item. They did that with the t-shirt. They did that with the jacket. They did it with the trunk. Love that. And I do also like the bags. The bags are fun. Let's jump in here real quick. It's already 10:30. I'm not sure how much I'm doing of this. It's like, should I even? This is that moment where I'm like, should I even jump into this? Because if you are watching Tiny Town on a playlist, for example, for the first like hour and some like 2 hours of the stream, yeah, literally for the first 2 hours, it has nothing to do with Tiny Town. So I guess I can go and like cut off the front hand and just whatever little that we do. It is what it is. I'm sorry. I'm having a moment now where I'm just like, yeah, what do I do here? Well, let's at least look at look at what we got. We have $175. What was going on? Why do I continue to do this to myself? When I jumped into the save, I will say that I got an alert that Zachary completed the Friend of the World aspiration. Well, that's a lie. Maybe, why did it say he completed it? Maybe he got to the next level, but it straight up said it was completed. All right, let me just delete all these. Whatever. JK, lies and falsehoods yet again. All right, this is where we left off with Zachary's place. Oh, look at all of these. Here's what I could do. Here's what I think I could do. I think I could go to an old version of the save the pictures into a room, and then bring them into this save. I think that's something we could do. Because all of these photos from our past jobs are black. And they have said that they have fixed the issue, but it's obviously not for old photos. It's only for new photos. Gotta admit though, his place looks real good. Ooh, I am having stinky leftovers in the fridge. Place looks great. But now it's kind of funny knowing that right upstairs we have a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom situation going on, but down here the layout is not that. For some reason you get notifications of complete aspirations when you go to the next level or last sometimes. Oh, that's fun. That's a bug. That's a bug. Did you talk about the royalty email website yet? No, I didn't. Okay, you know what? You're absolutely right. This can't be a Tiny Town stream. I gotta rename it afterward because I would feel bad if somebody's like trying to watch this expecting Tiny Town and like that's not what we got. So it will have to be renamed. Let's look at the royalty stuff and then we'll call it because it's already 10:30. Let me get out. But the game opens, so I guess none of my mods needed updating. So there's that. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem for future me. I'm like, why do you have less than $200? And it made sense to me probably months ago, but now I'm back in here. I'm like, why would I do that? And it's like, that's typical, actually. Typical V behavior. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. All right, so what I'm gonna do is try to bring up the little thing. I mean, I think the thing that it revealed is now out there, but we can still do whatever. Let me make sure. There may be a problem with your network. Oh, I guess I'm not live on TikTok. I can't be bothered with this. Okay, so I guess I'll just chat. It's like, oops, I didn't even know I wasn't live. This app is ridiculous. The back of your head is ridiculous. All right, anyway, moving on. All right, so we're about to look at the thing that they sent us. Let me make sure everything's prepared. Beep, 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 beep. Do, 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 do. Okay. Yeah, I think it is. The music gets me every time. All right, let's see what's happening. Is this working? I think it is. But it's off center on the clock app. Let me see here. If I am going to here, let me move this over. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. This music. Okay, there's a lot to catch up on this patch, and we got to hear V sing a song from Hercules. It's been a very productive and entertaining stream. Oh no, did somebody ask what's been going on? Why is everyone angry? Yeah, from the noisy neighbors when I was in that household. Okay, so yes, there is so much to talk about, and that's why I said I need to make a full video, because the rumor mill has been going when it comes to the Sims 4. I did receive an email from The Sims. I'm sure you've seen it if you've been on the interwebs. And this was an announcement of some sort. And so let's look at it together. I looked at this and I was like, oh, okay. So let me turn down the music so I'm not screaming. Most esteemed vstreetlove. In The Sims, the most meaningful things are often ones you don't plan. They unfold in small moments, a story that makes an unexpected turn, a choice that lingers longer than you thought, a world that slowly becomes something more than you imagined. Through the lives you create and the worlds you shape, you've helped make this space playful, personal, and full of possibility. From the far corners of the land, your influence can be felt, not as a single act, but as part of a story that keeps growing through curiosity, care, and just the right amount of chaos. As new chapters await just beyond view, they do so with the same spirit at heart. Stories to tell, worlds to explore, and traditions that begin when you least expect them. So take a moment, enjoy what's been built, because there's always more simmering just beneath the surface. The legacy continues. The Sims team. Just give me a moment. A siren is going by. Although it does make me wonder if everything's okay where I live, because that is the second one tonight. Okay, I hope you enjoyed I felt the voice matched the parchment, you know. But then it says click to reveal secrets. Click. And then I'm scrolling up and it's like, oh, there's more here. Ooh, what is that? What is that? That looks kind of like a frog to me, but I don't know what that is. If you wish to pursue power, you must do so carefully. Plot your next move wisely. You never know who's watching. C was here. All will be revealed on January 15th, 8 a.m. Pacific. And then there's some little, it feels like Game of Thrones. Like there's different little symbols here that look like they would be etched on some sort of shield or something, or like a, like a flag. Yeah, and that came through, I don't know, recently. I don't remember when it came through. And I was like, oh, all the rumors are true. Yeah, what you said is true. Yeah. All the talk about a now hold on, live visibility restricted because it contains unoriginal or reproduced content. TikTok is about to I'm about to close TikTok because this pissed me off. I'm just gonna say my content does not contain that. Like what? Anyway, C was here. Right. I don't understand. So again, this is I guess I'll just save that just in case. This is what the parchment said. The parchment was kind of like a bunch of nothing. Is that too much to say? It was like nothing. It was just like la 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 la. But the way that it was styled and the fact that they had this like fancy letterhead on this like fancy parchment, I was like, ooh, and the legacy continues. But then once you come down here, it's giving like, I don't know, it reminds me of that first Harry Potter or one of the Harry Potters. It's been a while since I've seen them. But I want to know what this thing is, okay? Because I'm somewhere between like, it looks like a frog or like a sandwich with hands, you know? That's what that feels like. And then C was here, quite possibly. Or like, that kind of looks like a moon. Also, even the act of taking a candle and looking for secret messages, I'm like, is there going to be something with candles or something, you know? But it says all will be revealed on January 15th, which we already know because they said that the teaser is coming, right? Didn't they say that? It's amazing how much information I get. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, how do I get to this? Your throne awaits. Tune in. It's at 11 a.m. my time, which is kind of early. I think the preview, because the preview for the teasers, let me see, hold on. We'll go to the YouTube. And let's go to The Sims. I typed in The Sims 4, but I really just meant The Sims. I'm just trying to bring over, yeah, this. Let me close the comments. You know, you never know what you're pulling up. So yeah, so this is happening. Now, dare we look at the comments? New trailer, January 15th. This is the crown that we saw in the updates when they gave us an update about their values, etc., etc. Curious how they'll connect it all because we know Cordelia eventually settled in Tartosa. Her descendants are the Laurent family. Well, Cordelia was everywhere. Yeah, I guess for all the lore folks, it gives a bit of the wrong idea from the use of the candle because people are thinking Sims medieval. Right, exactly. Absolutely. I mean, wrong idea, right idea. We don't know. I see hands and I see this crown. And the fact that this crown is in here is interesting because it's like, what is it, like English to me, English royalty. I don't know if there are some like Southeast Asian royalty that still like wears crowns, excuse me. Let's see what the people are saying. Dare we? Let me switch my head. All right. Obviously, I can't be held responsible for what other people are saying. Some people are saying, finally, I've been waiting a decade for this. Now we just need bans, active school for children, more active careers, hotels, resorts, and supermarket shopping for food. Excuse me. I don't know why that sent me. Oh, and you guys can't even see it here. Let me see. I can shift it over a little bit so you can see what we're looking at, because it is comedy, honestly. These comments. Like I said, I can't be held responsible for what they said, but it is funny. Oh, you sweet summer child. Right. Yes, my sim will be a queen living in white suburbia. Okay, someone leak it, please. No more leaks. I don't want leaks. Someone said, we miss you, Anadius. Okay, that's something. Finally, the last expansion pack. Again, I have so many thoughts on this. I hope that's not true. Oh my gosh, no way we're finally having a Royalty Sims 4 expansion pack. I just don't understand what this could be. I guess that's where I'm at. I'm like, what is this? You know, if not the Sims 3 Medieval, you know, what is the Sims 4 version of that? Is it just better family, like legacy gameplay in some way? And if so, ooh, I was gonna say, how would you improve family legacy gameplay? But didn't they ask about this in Discord? They asked about this. Let me see. It would have been in maybe Sims, the Sims lab section. What is this? Oh, is there a way to? No, they had a Sims lore Q&A. They had the feedback forum. Legacy play feedback. Rags to riches gameplay feedback. These are things that were in the Sims Discord. I also wonder if it'll be a past thing or a present thing. I guess present makes sense. I wonder too. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like I have to admit, sometimes I don't have the vision. I don't know what they're doing. Legacy play feedback. So they posted this in their Discord. Is there a way for me to go to, actually, I know there is a way for me to do this, but I don't know how to do it. That's really, I want to go to the top message, in messages, none. But now that I think it's been archived. The post has been closed and locked. I think I even posted in this Discord. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, first of all, if you are watching my content right now about Sims 4 and you care even a little bit about the Sims 4, you should be in the Sims Discord. They post a lot of things in there that they don't necessarily post everywhere. They have like little contests and giveaways in there, and then they post little interviews that they do in the Discord, and they post updates and stuff in the Discord, and then they do feedback and stuff in the Discord. So it's an active place to be if you are so interested. You don't have to like be super up to date with every little thing. Like I'm not super up to date with every little thing that goes on in that Discord. I'm not like super active in it, but it is nice to be able to get information directly from them as soon as possible, And that happens on Discord. I'm trying to scroll back, but there are thousands of messages apparently. Maybe not thousands, maybe hundreds. Okay, first of all, this conversation went back as far as October, it looks like. So there's that. Aha! I got to the beginning. Yeah, October 7th. Legacy play feedback. I'm going to just read this. Wait, can I show this? I did just take a screenshot. Oh, Koya's in here. Is Koya in here? No. All right. Koya is like the first message we see in here. Koya's in my Discord. We love seeing your legacy stories and show us your Sims. We have some questions about how you take part in legacy play, playing any family more than one generation, and what would make your experiences better. They want to know, or they wanted to know back in October, are you interested in stories around your Sims family's past, heritage, or ancestors? Do you tell those stories yourself? Do you have written examples? How do you create those backstories, and what would you need to more easily do this? Which objects, create a sim, build by, traits, etc. would help you, reading is essential, would help you to create stories about your family's past? Feel free to share stories, examples, or even small details that stand out to you. We're curious and we want to hear it all, okay? And then they got it all right? Wait, making those backstories. Exactly. Okay. And it's interesting because sometimes it's like, I don't know. It's like, oh, how long do they work on this stuff? Because it's like they're asking about this in October. It's January, and we're about to get a little trailer on Thursday. So it's like, I don't know how much of all of this feedback they would have been able to implement if they were working on a pack, you know? Anyway, so Koya actually said, I think an updated family tree would improve our gameplay legacies. And also being able to set cousin, grandparent, uncle, etc. family label straight away in CAS, which I totally agree with that. I don't know if and so some of the stuff that we see in here may not have anything to do with what this pack is about to be. So this is not a moment to get your hopes up. This is just kind of like connecting, like, okay, they asked about family legacy gameplay before, and this is what people said that they wanted. I wonder if there is a connection. That is really what this is, right? Okay. So I'm going to read that one more time. I'm going to read the question one more time because I just realized I wasn't recording. So I'm like, that makes sense to record. So looking back, when we're talking about this new pack and what it could be, okay, I went back into the Sims Discord, which again, if you're not in the Sims Discord, you should definitely be in the Discord. And if you're not in my Discord, join my Discord. Everybody in my Discord is super, super cool. We love talking about Sims and other games. So just come over and hang out. Okay. Anyway, back in October 2025, the Sims posted in the feedback part of their Discord, legacy play feedback. They asked some questions. Well, first they said, we have some questions about how you take part in legacy play. Playing any family more than one generation. That's what legacy play is defined as. And what would make your experiences better below? Have I done legacy gameplay? I have. I tend not to get past 3 generations. It's like I make the parents, I make their kids, and then I make their kids, and then I lose it from there, usually. So at some point on my channel, I do want to do like a full 10 generations legacy situation. Maybe with this pack, actually. Maybe it'll be easier based on whatever happens here. Okay. So then they said, they want to know how legacy play could be better. And they're interested in stories around your Sims families. They said, are you interested in stories around your Sims family's past, heritage, or ancestors? I think ancestors is an interesting part of that question. Do you tell those stories yourself? Do you have written examples? How do you create those backstories? And what would you need to more easily do this? Which objects, create a sim, build by, traits, interesting one as well, etc. would help you create stories about your family's past. So then, like I said, Koya, who's in my Discord, said, I think an updated family tree would improve our gameplay legacies, and also being able to set cousin, grandparent, uncle, etc. family label straight away from CAS. I have talked about this. I would love to like tell the story of a grandparent raising their grandchild without having to make the intermediary sim, you know, or like, oh, this is my cousin, you know, like that sort of thing, especially when you think about like Black families and how you have play cousins, real cousins, etc. Like, I don't know, I think that could be cool. Someone said, I'd love a pack with old antiques we could make up stories about. And they talk about how they play haunted legacies. Although it says deleted user, so I don't know what that means. Okay. Then someone responded to Koya's message saying the family trees would really benefit from an aesthetic overhaul and a functional overhaul because a lot of generations just don't show up properly. Someone else says, I would love for neighborhood stories to allow for splitting of households slash marriage slash children, etc. So legacy extended family continues to grow outside of the heir household. That's a good one that I had not considered because I'm not always playing legacy. Okay. You said, if they can't protect my legacy saves from corruptions, I don't want to hear it. Oh, and you know what? That's real. That is real. And maybe that is also motivating why that they are so interested in actually fixing the save file corruption right now. Okay, also again, I keep moving the window for TikTok in this crazy way. So I'm just gonna move it like this. Okay. Great. You stopped your legacy at generation 39. You've been wanting to start a new one, but you're waiting to see what they might add to the game. Ooh, 39 is crazy. I've never made it that far. Might as well go to my face. Okay, the next thing, an update to, someone else says, an update to family trees, including step parents and siblings. Also fixing the glitch photos so that family photos can be passed down. Now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Are you seeing the connections? It's. Are they fixing the photos in anticipation for the overhaul that they're trying to do for legacy gameplay? Interesting, because that is comment like 4 or 5 math on this little, again, I'm in the Discord. This one I'm looking at. If this becomes a video, I'll do an overlay graphic, okay? Someone else, let me see if there's anything else. Someone said, I tend to play with more complicated family trees and I have to rely on external family tree creating websites to have something I can understand. Ooh. And that just made me think too, like, it'd be cool if you could leave notes. That's what I mean about the note. I wish the game had a way to have like notes in the game. Like if I could leave notes in the family tree that was like available whenever I'm in like a household related to that family tree, you know? But I didn't remember. I didn't think about that by the time they were asking for feedback, or else I would have just added it. Okay. I think that some traits should be inherited or obtained only through progressing generations. Kind of like how the bloodline trait works for spellcasters. Family trees should save the portraits of the relatives that have been released. I don't know what that means. They don't have to store the sim data, just keep the name, photo, and relationship once we choose to release their soul. Oh, okay. Hey July, welcome. Leaving notes on the family tree or even placing icons next to a Sims photo like a mermaid to show that they were a mermaid, or a crown to show they were an heir, etc. Yeah, that would be good. Also, if you're lurking, if you're just joining, this is gonna be a gameplay stream, but then there's a lot to talk about. So now we're talking. Okay. Hoya is still talking in here, kind of responding to people, which is really cool. Koya also said, I would love the return of traits like nurturer, brave, self-disciplined, etc. Koya was also a member of my channel at some point. If you're interested in becoming a member and supporting me, becoming a full-time content creator, that is my goal for 2026 and beyond, please consider becoming a member of my YouTube channel. I have recently changed the structure, so it's more so just like a way to support me extra. The first tier is 99 cents, and then you get access to the emotes, and then the next tier is more than that. Don't remember the cost right now at this very moment. But if you go to the higher tier, then your name, I would put your username in my videos as like a thank you credit. So consider becoming a member if you have the extra change. If you don't, no pressure. You being here and watching this and supporting me at all is just like super, super awesome. And I appreciate it. Ooh, Cats, you said you're lurking. Hey, welcome. And again, yes, if you're lurking, we're talking about this. Oh, you're not seeing it. We're kind of talking about what this could be and what this could look like. That's what we're talking about. And it reminded me that they did ask back in October for feedback. Also, you know what? I just realized It should be here and then here. Okay. They did ask for feedback in regards to legacy gameplay. So that's what I'm looking at the feedback in Discord that was shared with the team. And we're thinking maybe that has something to do with this new pack and what they're going to bring to this new pack. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so someone else says, strong agree on family trees, particularly making sure extended families are registered as families. A sim you share great grandparents with should be recognized as family. Great grandparents in general should be recognized in case they're immortal for some reason. 6 generations into a legacy, I keep running into cousins trying to flirt or ask each other to prom when they're not that far removed. And not, there's some more feedback here. I'm not sure what that means. So I'm going to skip it. And then someone else, also agrees about neighborhood stories and like splitting off. The family should be able to split off from the main heir family and continue to grow, which I think is pretty dope conceptually. But considering how neighborhood stories actually functions right now, I just feel like that would be kind of a nightmare. We can't even get the Sims to stop adopting horses when they don't have a horse stable, right? Like, so trusting the game, like AI technology to like split off my family heirs into another household and have them grow in a reasonable way. I don't trust them to do that, but I am open to be surprised. Your Gen 4 heir married their cousin because the game didn't recognize them as cousins and I wasn't keeping track of the tree at that point. And yet the bloodline went on, so I guess it's fine. You said the new pack looks so good or bad . Also, the same happened to the land grabs. They broke into 3 households and eventually married back together. Well, that is very royal, indeed. You said the bleep. Oh wow, that's not bleep. It's royal blood. Keeping pure. Not funny. Keeping going. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah, it's so annoying having to skim the family tree to make sure they're not a distant family member in a legacy when choosing partners for your next generation. Most of the people my Sims run into are distant family and I'm only on my 2nd gen or close family, and I enjoy having my Sims being able to run into family members. I enjoy it a lot, but I'd also enjoy being able to run into people who aren't family. So the family tree conversation with regards to this pack is really, really relevant, basically. Someone said better genetics, and someone else said improved genetics. Didn't they recently improve that? Am I making that up, or was that Inzoy? No, that was Sims, right? That they just recently like made it so that they should look more like their parents. You know what? Sometimes I think it's funny because I'm like, they think they slick. They think they slick. And I'm kind of like, I'm putting the pieces together. And then, retroactively, yeah, I'm retroactively putting the pieces together, but I'm putting them together, damn it. December 2nd, I think. The December 2nd update. Oh, it's not in here. No, it's not this one. Okay. Not this one, is it? Yes, it was. It was back in November. Children should now clearly inherit some features from their parents. There may still be some variation. A child's nose may be slightly wider than their parents, for example, but you should be able to see distinct features passed down between generations. If both parents have large ears, the child probably will too. And what did I see? What did I just read in the feedback section? Better genetics, would love if the system could include great-grandparents. Well, and someone else said a big plus to improving their genetics. All right, well, it was there. It was there. Hey, Banana. How you doing? Love you too. Thank you. They just casually slide in certain things like, no one will connect the dots until later, but this is the first thought. Absolutely. Absolutely. We need to be able to list grandparents and other relatives right away because I'm tired of having to do the parents first. I just want to have grandparents or uncle and raise kids. Yes, Jeff, exactly. That was one of the first things that came up on this list. Again, if you're just lurking and you're like, hey, what's going on? I'm going through first of all, The Sims is basically going to do a trailer on January 15th for their next pack. There have already been rumors circulating that it was going to have something to do with like royalty, whatever. And so literally The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy official reveal trailer is this Thursday. So we're basically talking about what could this pack be. The question I was going to ask was, what would you want to see with improvements to like Legacy? But then I remembered they already asked this question back in October. So they asked the question in the Discord. We're going through the Discord right now, and I'm reading out some of the things that people are saying. And it's interesting because some of the things that people are saying have been addressed in these updates. One, better genetics and better inheriting features between generations was addressed back in November. Two, not losing your family photos. That was literally just addressed in this January patch update. So they think they're slick, okay? But this is also to me a reminder that when we actually are able to share information or share feedback with them in like the way that they can like gather the feedback and gather the data, they do listen now. I can't speak to more than 5 years ago, okay? I can't even speak to more than 3 years ago, for real. I'm talking about in the last 3 to 4-ish years. It seems like they'd be listening, okay? So this is another like indication of that to me. The ability to see everyone on the tree is something that someone else said. Yeah, genetics fixes, someone else said. Okay, so someone has a long thing. What do they have here? I spend most of my time in The Sims 4 trying to create your Sims past. I wish there was a feature to generate a family tree for your Sim when you first start a new household. That way you don't feel like someone that just popped out of nowhere. Varying relationships, some family are alive, some aren't, I guess, etc. And that is a mod. There is a family tree sort of like mod thing that I have seen. So interesting. Oh, wrong button. Okay. And that same person says, when I make a Sim, I try to generate their parents and roll a dice if they have siblings. And from there, I play rotationally to live out all their lives. It does get frustrating because every Sim made in cast starts from ground zero. Having a system that generates ancestors, living or dead, with a fully fleshed out life and place them in other households category would be great. And then the player has the ability to either place them in the world or delete them. So that's kind of like their idea. More clothing options for elders, toddlers, kids, and infants would be great. Most of the clothing is catered toward young adult Sims. The other thing that just reminded me of when I just read this was the ability to set skills in Create a Sim. Like me playing Project Zomboid now, right? Like you can set how good they are at certain things, and like that, like you can set whatever their little role is, and that comes with some predetermined additional traits or whatever, additional skills, not traits, but like how much cooking they have, how much whatever. I would love to be able to set that in Create a Sim without having to bring them into the game and then cheat it afterwards. You know, it's not entirely difficult, but it's still one of those things like, thank you for the roses, Jay. You just watched 3 of my YouTube videos on Afro-Textured Hairs in The Sims 4. Thank you. Oh, thank you for watching. You missed it earlier too, because I was freaking out because I think they're gonna give us something good next month for Afro-Textured Hairs. I don't know, obviously, but I think, because they're kind of messing around with the organization of the hair tags right now. They added a new hair tag, curly, and then we're gonna get they're gonna add back in Afro-Textured hairstyles, and they're doing it for the February update. It's just giving very much Black History Month update, so we will see. So thank you for watching. Thanks for the roses. You could in Sims 2 and 3 preset horoscopes and different personality traits. Personality traits is not what I mean. I mean like skills, career, degree. Yes, that sort of thing. Because to me, that's setting up the backstory for a character. That is fully fleshing it out. Now, cast can already get kind of overwhelming, so that would not be something that I would want it to be required to set the skills, the degree, etc. if you have those packs. But being able to do it in Create a Sim, so I can fully make my family with the exact backstory that I need from the jump. Like I'm making someone who's a high school dropout. I don't want to have to play through high school and drop out, especially if I'm making you as a young adult or an elder or something. All of that sort of thing would be lovely to have in cast and not have to use MC Command Center or other related mods or cheats to make that work. Excuse me. Anything else in here I want to talk about? Someone said that they agree that the family tree needs an overhaul. It would be nice to have a lock feature to keep track of certain Sims cousins, because I don't necessarily want to know every time my third cousin once removed has died via phone call. That's an interesting concept. Like me as a player being able to set someone who is like really important to me. You would think that that would be solved with the relationships in the game, but the problem with the relationships is, like, for example, with the mentoring skill, when you mentor Sims, now you end up getting a really, really good relationship with them. But me as the player would not necessarily think that that Sim is like close to my Sim, even if their relationship bar says that they're like really good friends. To me, more or less, you're still kind of like a stranger that I just needed to mentor so I can make a quick buck. You know, that sounds really bad when I say it like that, but that, I mean, that's how I'd be playing. You know? It says I currently do not have an active stream online. It says I'm live on TikTok, so I can't be sure. Can't be sure if this is accurate. Hold on. Like that. Okay. Just in case my thing starts acting weird. It's a professional relationship, but the game makes it besties. It's weird. Right. Exactly. Ooh, thank you for the heart me. Yeah, exactly that. You know, and it's that moment where you're like, the game doesn't know. The game doesn't know that just because they have a high relationship doesn't mean that I think that they're actually that close. So having some sort of system where I can keep track of like the people who I actually care about if they die would be kind of cool. Or would it just be too much to manage? Sometimes with these sorts of things, it's like, what I hope is happening, and which I imagine because they're professionals, that they're taking what we're asking for and they're not necessarily giving us what we ask for. They're giving us what we want. You know what I mean? Like, we're saying, oh, I want an overhaul to the family tree. I want this, I want that. But maybe that's because that's the only way we can envision it right now with the systems that we have set up. For all we know, that they with the new pack, right, are building something that is better than the family tree. Adding a couple notes to the family tree would even be. What I want is a way to better keep track of the people who are actually family to my Sim, and to better manage those relationships closely, like, you know, close relationship versus not close relationship. And I'm letting you know as a player, like, oh, the way that the relationships are managed in the game do not actually reflect the way that I am playing these two Sims together. Fix it. You know what I mean? You fix it. That's your job. That's not my job. There's also a clip of someone on social media featuring the Thrones, maybe in this new episode, if you didn't show it already, in this new EP. Is it on TikTok? I'm typing in the wrong thing. No. Okay, sorry. I was looking for... I don't see anything. Maybe it's on the gram. The AI search feature is probably the most annoying thing. Oh, the little throne thing. The throne's changing. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see if it'll let me do it. I'm hungry. I had chips and guac. Okay, yeah, it's not gonna play, but yeah, they basically have a little thing here. I don't know what this is about to be. I don't know what's about to happen, honestly. Yeah, we do have the feature where we can hide a relationship. if we don't want to have it in the relationship panel again. You said you wonder if this affects phone calls or Sims feelings when the Sims dies. I wonder that too. That could be something we test. Let's see. Anything else? Oh no. Oh no. Because I left and came back, it reset. So it's not gonna go back from the top. No, 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 please. It took me like 10 minutes to get to the top of this post. There's so many posts. People have so many opinions. I even shared in here at some point. I would love to know, what can I see what I said? Let's see what I said. I did share something. Oh, you didn't share it in this one. Oh, Yes, okay. No, JK, I did share something. What did I say? I don't know. I feel like we got like way off subject because someone said, I wish inviting over Sims was more detailed. If my Sim is throwing a child birthday party, I think the parents should be able to invite over all the kids' friends, even if the parents haven't met them. I think we should be able to invite over entire families too. Invite over names plus name's partner, or invite over name plus name's household or something. Then if my Sim's sister gets married, I can just invite over their entire household if I haven't met their kids yet or something. So then I agreed to that. And I said, yes, that would be amazing. And I guess that does align with like legacy gameplay. So let's see what I said, because my message is kind of long. Are you interested in stories around your Sims family's past, heritage, or ancestors? I said sometimes. This is great. This is great. This is kind of like, where was I 3 months ago? About a week after they posted this, I came through and this is what I said. I said sometimes. Do you tell those stories yourself? Do you have written examples? Sometimes. I see others in the community who come up with amazing backstories with legacy challenges they develop. How do you create those backstories? And what would you need to more easily do this? My Sims backstories tend to unfold more fully with gameplay. Recently, I played at, oh my gosh, this is so funny. This is actual feedback that I provided in this damn thing. Recently, I played as my Sim Angelica, who was dating Evelyn, and I wanted Angelica to meet Evelyn's family. So I went into cast for my household with Evelyn and created Evelyn's parents and aunt so I could use the genetics feature to flesh out that backstory. And then I split the household up so Evelyn's parents and aunt were in a different household. But it was frustrating because after creating Evelyn's parents, I had to play as Evelyn to meet them in order to add them to the relationship panel so I can invite them over for dinner. Being able to decide relationship levels, friendship, and romantic relationship in cast would be great in this scenario. Which objects, create a Sim, build by, traits, etc. would help you tell stories about your family's past? Agreeing with what others have stated. I would love an update to the relationships in the family tree. I would love to tell the story of a child being raised by her grandmother directly in cast. Sound familiar? Didn't I just say that? Not even 30 minutes ago. I'd love to be able to set Sims as cousins, aunts, step-parents, step-siblings, etc. without having to make the intermediate Sims for the relationship. And I'd love to be able to decide the relationship level directly from cast, like I stated before. I would love some sort of option to set my Sims traits and skills in cast without having to play as them. God, I'm a genius. I'm so glad I included that. I don't know if they even read it, but I'm glad it's there. Let's see. Kind of like the effect of the cast story without having to do the questionnaire for the story. And I would love more frames that can be populated for in-game photos for more dynamic family/friend photos in-game. Did I say frames? Oh, did I meant poses? Oh, no, here we go. I'd love more poses for photos, as well as to be able to take photos with my entire 8-Sim household. I'd love for more poses that incorporate Sims of different ages together. I like making my homes feel lived in with photos of family and loved ones, and the poses get repetitive and are limited. And yes, to treat the Sim like family. There are some Sims who I've played as play uncles or play aunties who are close friends of my parents' Sims. Those play families shouldn't be flirting with the kids. The cry emoji. You said, what did you say? It's the toilet being the throne. Right, so funny. They need to make it where you can invite any friends of or acquaintances of anyone in the household for events. Yes, exactly. Oh, this is on its last leg. Hate how the excuse is not having adults and kids taking photos together is basically height thing. They can figure it out. They can figure it out if they want to. You know how I know they can figure it out? Because Enzoy figured it out. Okay. Well, actually, I don't know if Enzoy figured it out entirely, but Enzoy figured out some cool stuff already with photos. Okay. What else did I say? Oh, I think that was it. That was my contribution. The treat like family. Bada boom, bada bam. I like the treat like family thing. I don't know who first said that, but that is yes. Because there are some Sims, like, for example, even in my own life, there is a new little character in my life who I'm going to be treated like family, but I am not blood related to that person. You know, I'm just going to be like, I'm going to be auntie, but like not by blood, just by love and affection. You know, just because I care for your parents. So therefore I am your aunt. I don't think so. Do they ever add in more poses for pics that you can take on the camera? I know High School Year gave us the photo booth. Right. And then like Love Struck has the new pose from the item when you go on a date. Like, that's what I mean. It's like, you don't have to, even if we didn't take the picture, if you could click on a frame and just choose between photos, like, I know that breaks the immersion a little bit, but it would still be like, I want more photos of my Sims together in my Sims houses. But it's a pain in the ass to take photos sometimes. And even when you do take photos, then they get deleted. Anyway, let's see. What did someone else say? Let's see if there's anything else. Are you interested in creating stories around your Sims family's past, heritage, or ancestors? Absolutely. I think it would make playing Legacy so much more immersive and rewarding. And it's something I try to use for flavor on my own and with mods. I don't write the before history of my Sim, but I would really like the ability to have that as something that could be generated at the start. Maybe a generated family tree like someone mentioned, or any kind of back history. I'd rather have legacy stories via the story generator than just the basics for a Sim, which I never use. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Using the like the little stories generator for the backstory versus like not the backstory. Interesting. So how do you create the backstories? I use challenges and things that happen naturally to build the story as I go. I use Sims Challenge Tracker website to track the family. Interesting. I need to check that out. Hold on. Sim Challenge Tracker. Because if I don't Google it now, I'll never make it back here. Break out the spreadsheet. Oh, that's fun. Interesting. Have y'all heard of this before? No, you showed the wrong thing. Okay, there you go. Have y'all heard of this? Sims Challenge Tracker? Keep track of your Sims Forge challenge save files. Did I need this for Tiny Town? Okay. Sim Challenge Tracker gives you a place to store all the data you need to keep track of your Sims 4 challenges. Enter the details on each Sim and household, and let Sims Challenge Tracker tally your points and keep track of your unlocks. Keep an eye on all of it, careers, etc. Focus on what you need, unlocks, rewards, achievement points. I don't even know if I would need that. I think it would just be like, I just need a centralized place to keep my notes. Not So Berry, No Challenge, Custom Challenge, Timeline Adventure, Urban Founder Challenge. These are definitely legacy challenge focus, but didn't know that this existed. That's super cool. Oh, someone said in loving memory, a timeless capture photo isn't working when you assign a passed away Sim to the portrait. It goes white. And I have a legacy funeral area that I use every time a Sim I played from child to passing. So I'm currently unable to play because after that, they've gone white. After they've been gone a while, you can no longer put the Sim's picture in the photo. Ooh. Yeah, so they definitely have been updating, tweaking, changing things in anticipation for this new pack, because whatever they're doing with this new pack is probably not going to be fun or effective if, like someone said earlier, I'm playing multiple generations and then save file corruption happens. So they're like, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and try to clean up the save file corruption as much as possible. Oh, the photos aren't working and we're doing legacies. Okay, yeah, let's fix these photos. Oh, Sims aren't looking like their parents when we do generations. Okay, yeah, let's fix that too. And all anticipation for whatever the heck this is about to be. So it's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know what this is gonna be. Obviously, at some point I will have access to this patch, and so I do have an area in the Discord where you can ask questions. I think we'll have a better idea of what questions to ask once we see the trailer on Thursday. Because right now I'm like, I don't even know what, the questions are like, what the hell is this? That's my question, and that's not helpful. You know, I'm like, what's going on? So I think this will be exciting. You're so right. I need to go into my live stream settings and just update it, because we're just going to be yapping. It'll be yap o'clock on Thursday, and then we'll pick up Tiny Town next week, I guess, because this is just, it's just not fair if you're trying to follow Tiny Town and then this is what you're like, what is this? You know? You're just waiting for a Black History Month Afro textured update. And Jeff, I'm going to call it now. I predict with 100% confidence in myself, but not certainty, that that is exactly what's coming next month. We're gonna get, we're gonna get an Afro textured hair update, because I didn't even check that when we were in the game. They changed the category to curly. We didn't have curly before. It was straight, wavy, Afro textured. So now they're gonna have straight, wavy, curly, Afro textured. So I just feel like once we do that, they have to add a bunch of new Afro textured hairs for free. Base game update, free. And then whatever they're gonna put in a little pack, holding you to this V. And do, hold me to it. But here's the thing though, right? If that doesn't happen, I'm just gonna pretend like I never said this. And you guys are gonna try to hold me accountable, and I refuse to be held accountable for some stuff that I truly don't understand what's going on. If they had wavy, then curly should have been. No, exactly. No, Jeff, they did that. They did that in today's update, supposedly. We didn't check. Hold on. I can check right now real quick. Oh, how do I unlock this up? Yeah, so, you know, the new pack is coming to the, actually, I don't even think, I'm just gonna end the recording, because I think I will use that as a part of whatever we end up talking about on Thursday. I'll just push those two recordings together. I don't need an outro, I say. Famous last words. Really quickly though, supposedly they said that they updated the tag because it went straight, wavy, Afro textured. There was no curly. And that was also part of the problem, because if they had a curly hairstyle, it's like, what am I doing right now? I'm trying to open the Sims. Sorry, I just was like looking at my desktop, like what's happening. That was part of the issue, that anytime there was like a curly hairstyle, it was being put in Afro textured. And it was like, no. Just because it's curly doesn't mean it's Afro textured. What do you think of the Royals and Legacy reveal? We don't know yet, Sandra, but make sure you come back on Thursday, because we're going to be looking at it and we're going to be talking. So you know this pack. I hold you to it, but don't. Got it. So you know this pack. All right, right. I know. Piss me off. You heard it here, folks. I'm saying. I don't know. I read that line. Now, I am famous for reading into things that aren't there. But they said that they are getting a new tag and they're fixing the categories of the different hairstyles so they show up correctly. And then they've even added curly so they could separate curly and Afro textured. And there's rumors of an African world in this new pack. It's just giving that we will get exactly what we want. Let's go back here. Okay, so they said, this is what they said. That the new texture, curly. So we don't have to worry about this right now, because they said in the update today that curly, that Afro textured has temporarily been renamed. Once again, what's going on here? Have you guys not been able to see this the whole time and I didn't realize that? That's annoying. No wonder people weren't sticking around. It's funny. They said that Afro textured, I think, has been renamed to curly, but don't worry, because in the February update, Afro textured will be added back. So we will now have 4 categories here, because there was no curly. There was just Afro textured. And let me show you, for example, like this one, to me, This to me is not Afro textured. This is just curly. This is just curly hair. If you wanna stretch it, I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, you put your hair in curls, whatever. Let's see what else is in here. Like, even this, even though this kind of gets put on Black Sims as like natural hair, I don't know if I agree. I don't know. This too, you know what I mean? Like some of these, it's like, oh, it's like I had to let it slide because like this is just what it was. This, oh yeah, like this, you know, is more like curly than it really is Afro textured, specifically. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We're about to rock your socks with new Afro textured hairs come February. That's what it is giving. But then again, where's the prophecy? The prophecy that lied to us all. The band's prophecy from the freaking calendar. Oh, great. Now I lost something behind the bookcase. I'm gonna have to figure out. I don't know what I did with the calendar. I thought I put it right here. Probably over on that table. The prophecy foretold that we were gonna get bans in November, and then we didn't. So I don't know. Whatever I think is obvious clearly is not. So I can't even be sure what's going on in this game. So we will, you know, we'll see. I'm excited for Thursday though, because I'm excited to see what's up. And yeah, you're right. We probably won't get to the game. So I will update all my things so we can just yap o'clock it like I like to do. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me. It's 11:30. I need to go to sleep. I have work tomorrow. And so yeah, make sure you are I guess come ready to chit chat, come ready with, okay, here's what I need from y'all. Actually, this is what I need from y'all before we go. Thursday is going to be the reveal trailer. So if you hear of anything that seems like, oh, juicy, delicious, be ready to talk about it on Thursday, because most likely I'm not gonna have seen it. I might poke around in Discord if you guys, I might go to the Sims leaks, maybe. Sometimes I'm like 50-50 with the leaks because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be surprised. But if you just come prepared to talk about the good stuff that y'all see, and be prepared to cite your sources, please. If I'm like, where do you hear that from? So if I do a quick Google, I can find it as well. Okay, I'm excited. I know that this is a weird time for the game because people are all upset because of the buyout, etc., etc. Understood. That being said, I'm a sucker for new content, so I am like cautiously optimistic, like, oh, what's this about to be? Especially after I read the whole legacies thing in the Discord. I'm like, oh yeah, if they make some of these changes, this pack is about to be lit, unrelated to whatever little royalty, whatever they got going on. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all. Have a good night. And until you said, ugh, we have homework. You know you love it. Stop, please. You want me? Nah, I don't feel bad for you. You love this. Anyway. Have a good night, y'all. Dag, dag.